not on YouTube.
Oh, well, good. I'm screwing up everything tonight then. It says we should be going live. Yeah. Excellent connection. It says we should be live. So
That's
otherwise
weird,
we're
man.
just
Oh, there we go.
chilling.
Nice. I see it now.
So yeah, sorry about that, man. It did say we were going live, but
Maybe
sorry
it's
about
there's
that,
just a
guys.
fat delay.
Oh, I doubt that was a big delay. I see Titty Bean saying what's happening, y'all, but I'm assuming no. Looks live now. There we go. Yeah, evil wing, evil wing, evil wing, evil wing.
The heck?
Talking about a fucking Freudian slip. Evil wing. Sorry about that, evil wing. My apologies. Yeah, damn, dude. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Sorry about that, guys. Holy cow. You guys are probably just sitting there for how long? Just in dead silence while we were doing dick all? Who knows what you guys ended up catching, what you guys didn't end up catching? Oh, weird night, man. All right. Okay, technical difficulties never happened. Moving on. Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? Good, dude. Glad to hear
Good.
it.
I'm just looking at this and I
Holy
don't
cow, man. No, yeah,
like,
we
bro.
somehow it didn't actually activate the live there for whatever reason. So Von Fake Name, what's going on? Pocket Salsa, what's going on? Suki, Von Fake Name, what's going on? Cameron Dudak, how are you? Mr. Ordinary, how are you? Lynn's the Rat Boy, how are you, dude? What is up? If anybody doesn't know Lynn's the Rat Boy, please follow their account. Them and Bootleg Toyco do a lot of dope shit, but Lynn's the Rat Boy actually does a lot of visual art as well. So go give that a little follow, give it a little like. Simutco, what is going on? Mike Stratford, a 8-bit Mike, Rec Shop Resin, what is going on, dude? That dropped like killer. If anybody hasn't yet, I do have a tab for it. But in the meantime, while we're sitting here just, dilly daddling, go check out Rec Shop Resin. Just fucking drop this happened. Uncle Spank, how are you? Suki, what up? Worst villain ever, what up? Titty Bean, how are you? Bootleg Togo, what up? Dude, I just feel so off now. The fact that we are like 5 minutes behind. I'm trying to shake it, but it feels like a wedgie.
YouTube, or maybe it's just my iPad is being a little trick right now. So it is stuck and I can't see the chat. So what's up, man? What's up with you?
Not a whole lot, man. We got a lot of newcomers here that I haven't actually seen before. So, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's beautiful to see your names pop up in that chat. SKC Sparkman Custom Creations. How are you? I'm not familiar with your work, man. Meh. Hello. Meh. Sup. Polly7777. What is going on? Street Fight SPDX. How are you, dude? Stormico Station. Do those laps. Do those laps. Do those laps. He's in the swimming pool right now. I bet Stormico Station with those baby blue eyes and that beard in the water just shaking it around probably looks like such a handsome stud. Colin has been. I might have heard through the grapevine that you kind of liked it. I think you're a stud. What is up with that? Also, yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. I don't mean to make anybody uncomfortable, or do I? Jazz Wizard, what is going on? If anybody doesn't know, Jazz Wizard isn't actually a pervert. He made one perverted comment like 10 times, and we've now labeled him as like the community pervert. But I want to make it clear he's not. He's a registered nurse, and people would not let him do things to them while they're passed out or under conditions where they cannot consent. Or maybe they would.
They probably would.
Damn, dude. Motor mouth Crumbs over here tonight. Mr. Ordinary, what is going on, dude? Because at 3 a.m., the show will have to stretch into 3.05 a.m. I shit you guys not. I wasn't going to talk about this tonight. I told myself, dude, just shut the fuck up. Don't bring it up. But I kid you not. My sleep's been way out of whack this week, man. You and I have been talking. You know I've got things going on. Sleep's been all out of whack this week. I woke up at 3 a.m. to use the washroom, and my brain naturally thought, it's 5 a.m., let's get that coffee pot on, let's use the washroom, let's get ready to go into work. I sit down at the computer, hop into work mode, and it is 3:30 a.m. At which point I am like, well, I guess I'm up, and I pray that at some point today I get to slide a nap in there, or else it is going to be a wacky show, and look at us go.
Did you get a nap in there? Did you get a nap in there?
Hell no. The reality is that I had a choice, man. I had a choice, and I knew this was my choice. My choices were, I'm sitting here in my apartment, I'm 23 stories up, you're hearing fucking like planes and stuff the odd time, cars and all that. I don't leave my apartment enough. I told myself, I'm like, you're gonna either get a nap in or you get to go for a walk. Your day is slammed. What do you want to try and do, man? And it was like, I kept on, I'll admit, dude, the Hyde Park Zoo, it tickles my fucking soul. So I was like, dude, go look at some animals. Like, what are you talking about? Just go look at some animals in nature. You can sleep when you're dead. Yes, Evil Wing, I agree. Strange toy talk. I'm glad you're down for it. We do talk about toys sometimes. For instance, before you guys hopped on, Pocket Salsa slid in here for a quick second because he actually had one of these. And today, as I was leaving my house, just on a whim, I decided to check my mailbox. I was just like, fuck it, why the hell not? Check the mailbox. I see there's a parcel there from Toronto. I'm like, racking my brain, whole walk. I'm trying to think, where the heck in Toronto? And I get back and I'm looking at it, it says DL. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna open it if it's a Dell like modem or something from like some other company, right? So I open it up, and sure enough, it's one of these guys here, Mushiro, the insect who dreamt he was a man. Now on this back card here, species, Dynastes Hercules. Mushiro would rather eat beetle jelly cups than fight, but the recent return of insect fighting has brought him back to the fighting circuit. He believes that these mighty popular events are exploitative and results in needless bloodshed. Mushiro hopes to collect all the insect belts and use them along with his fame as a platform to run as the first insect politician to end insect fighting once and for all. So I'm not going to lie, I did not know that was this character's backstory. Most of you don't know this, most of you probably won't like this. I don't actually dig UFC, all that stuff. The idea of people basically proving like, me man, me smash your head in, it's just not for me personally. So the idea of a Safubi piece where this guy is literally apparently anti-fighting and wants to fight so that way that can stop. The other thing that's amazing to me about this is these guys actually come from Toronto, so I do really dig that fact that they're right here from the hometown. Another fun little fact, had no idea this was coming in. Pocket Salsa actually went to order one, saw they had two, and he knows how much I feel about this colorway, and he knew that I had pointed out this toy. So he actually ended up snagging this and making sure that I got this. I didn't even realize it had arm articulation, man. Like, what the hell is going on here? Head articulation on there. Yep, midsection articulation. Beautiful marbling on there.
Nice.
That's
nice.
it, dude. Thank you very much.
That is
a shout out. I was in Toronto last weekend. Evil Wing, that's sick, man. What were you doing in Toronto? Drop it in the chat if you feel like it.
Did you say that he wants to stop fighting with fighting?
Yeah, so basically he understands
like
if you're going to be a badass and you got to be able to get some power and get a platform where people actually care about anything you're saying, if everybody cares about fighting, whoop some ass. And then that way people will be like, I'm going to listen to this guy. I dig that shit, man.
Yeah.
Anybody who has art accounts who currently doesn't have their artist tag there but would like us to potentially add them or anything like that, please feel free to drop your artist account in there as well. And if anything, we might even make there we go, SKC, Sparkman Custom Creations. That's what I'm saying, man. I can pull that tab up for us later. B, I'm sorry, I've been talking nonstop. Please.
I'm just letting you go, man. I thought you'd run out of gas at some point, but hello, everybody. How are you this evening? Thank you, Crumbs. That was awesome, man. That burned 11 minutes right there. Actually, probably about 7. We were a little late today, right? Oh man, I love it, dude. Thursday, it's here. What is up, everybody that's in here? I could repeat it, but I won't. All the homies in here, man. Nice. Uncle Spank, thank you. He says, nice shirt. I say this is from Super 7. Czarface, kind of got a love-hate with Czarface right now, man. I'm just so disgusted with the Super 7 pre-order of that. Every time I look at it, dude, it's just the ultimate Czarface. It's pushed back longer and longer. I think now we're into March of 24. So I'm sure it'll be another month or two before we get another delay, which quite honestly is lame, dude. This thing was ordered like over a year ago, but that's what you get for buying stuff over the counter. Am I right? Oh boy, Stormico, what up, man? Jazz Wizzy, Kilo Flow, what's up? Pocket Sizzle.
We talk about it often, but you know, somebody recently actually shared a piece that they grabbed that was a commercial grab, and it was so hard for me not to like instantly. My eyes were like bugging out of my head, just being like, "That paint app's fucking shit." You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mean to be a dick.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I didn't comment anything. But they had taken a picture of it, showing it, being like, "I'm really stoked," and right away my eyes were like, "That's a factory toy. That's how it left." Oh.
Yeah, man, check this out, dude. I did a training / workshop yesterday with a dude, and it was about, I think I told you, bro, it was about like, I thought it was very generic and sounded extremely lame at first. Effective communication. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I thought, you know, it's going to be, hey, this is how you send a text. This is how you send an effective email. And it was a little bit about that, but this guy was like a language expert. right? So his whole deal is about like language and how to get the tone across and get to the point and shit like that, dude. I fucking loved it, dude. I love to write. I am super long-winded and I need to figure out how to like try to like wrap that up. So I thought it was really good. But anyways, we got to talking and he's like, oh, are you on Instagram? And so I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, just, send me your thing on Instagram and I'll send you some information because I don't like using LinkedIn that much. And he starts looking at it and he's like, bro, what is this stuff? And I'm like, so I just tell him like a brief little 3-minute, here's what's going on. And he's looking at it, bro. And next thing you know, he's standing there for 15, 20 minutes, just scrolling. And he's like, holy shit, man. He's like, you can't get that stuff in the store. And I said, as I said, you cannot get this stuff in the store. And he goes, it's way better. Yes. I realize. So anyways, Mr. Ordinary says, I have very nice handwriting. Thank you. The way I hold my writing utensil is always, people always laugh at that, but that's what I do. And I always write in all caps. I don't know why. Been doing it. I just like drawing sticks.
I combine cursive with regular print with capital letters and some minuscule letters wherever I want. I am a mess. If you think I type like an idiot, oof, I write like a moron.
Do you find that do you write very much at all?
Yeah,
like handwriting, like pen and paper.
No, and that's actually definitely a big thing. I do not write with my actual physical hand, like at all. And then on top of that, the reality is that for a long time I would have 2 phones and my computer almost at all times for freelance mode. So I would almost never adjust to a keyboard style. I would literally have my LG G6 and a Pixel 5 sitting right there, and then my keyboard. So I'd be literally, you never get used to like where the space bar is probably the biggest one, man. I fucking miss that space bar on the mini keyboard, on the big keyboard. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I find that I just don't handwrite very much anymore, dude. And sometimes I'll do it just to do it, to remind myself that like, hey man, you can write, you know what I mean? Like you can like create words with your hand in a writing utensil. It really does seem like it's a bit of a lost art, handwriting something. You know what I mean?
Oh, it definitely is. And when you were talking about effective communication earlier, I'm just gonna say it, man. Like the reality is for me, like what I have a hard time with effective communication. Like I've definitely had this argument with people before. It's like this is maybe a like kind of out there, just on a whim like sentiment. But if I was just kind of be like, yo, I'm not a cuck bitch, right? And somebody's kind of like, well, nobody's cucking you right now. Nobody's saying that you have to. And you're like, you're taking this too literal. You know what I mean? And then somebody be like, well, words have meaning. And you're like, yes, words have meaning, absolutely. But I promise you when I'm saying that I feel like a cock bitch in this situation. I don't actually feel like somebody's sitting there watching their partner be in front of them. Like, you know? So like effective communication, sometimes I'm kind of like, well, but also have a little common sense. I can't walk your hand. Like I can't hold your hand.
For sure, man. And a lot of the stuff in that thing was common sense. Like, like you don't talk to your boss the way that you talk to your homie. You know what I mean? Like,
well, common sense is common when it's common.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, dude. I think it's funny that everybody in that room is, seasoned people, and some people still have to be told that. And it seems so obvious to other people. And then, but then you get emails during the day and you're just like, well, what the fuck are we doing?
I told you earlier, man, personally, and I've got this mantra, and I tell it to people, and myself included. I've got to ensure that I always make sure that I preface with myself included. But the best advice I can give to anybody with dealing with human beings is naturally assume that you're an idiot, like you yourself, and everybody else around you is as well. So that way, when they're telling you the information, even if you think you understand exactly what they're saying or where they're going or you already know it, pretend for a second you're an idiot, so you'll actually actively listen to them. And then when you go to give them your response back, pretend that they're a freaking idiot too, so that way you can be as thorough and concise in your explanation back. And the more that we all pretend that I'm an idiot and you're an idiot, the more that we're going to compensate a little extra for the fact that, like, hey, we got to communicate this way because I'm an idiot and I got to make sure I understood what you said.
Yeah,
You're an idiot, and I want to make sure you understood what I said.
dude,
That's the
one of my
most
favorite,
safest.
bro, one of my favorite lines is on The Office when Michael Scott is asking somebody for an explanation and he goes, explain it to me like I'm 5. And they explain it to him and he goes, now explain it to me like I'm 3.
One of my favorite exercises as a kid was explain this as if an alien just landed on your planet today. Because the issue is, if I'm being honest, and I'm sure most of you in the chat are going to click on this for a second, we've got this problem where being just told something but not understanding the why isn't enough. Unfortunately, for you to just be like, don't touch that pan, that especially as a young kid, it just wasn't enough. For you just to say, don't touch that hot pan, I'm not gonna just register like, yeah, just don't. It's like, but why, right? Like kids typically ask why. So a lot of us, I feel like we want to know that why. If we can't get that why, I think a lot of people get a little like an itch and
Yeah,
pain.
yeah, I agree, man. Uncle Spank said that, or no, was that Suki? Suki said that he only types in cursive. So interesting combo there, my friend. Writing in cursive, bro. Like, what would happen if we asked kids today to write in cursive? Like, if I asked my kids to write in cursive, they would look at me like, first of all, they'd be like, "What is cursive?" You know.
But I
That
remember
was always
definitely
a
being
bitch.
in school. I definitely remember sitting there thinking to myself, like, why the heck do I have to learn this when at that point, like, we already had a
Hmm.
word processor at home. I've been like writing little stories about boogers and farts with my dad. You know what I mean? So it's like the
Yeah,
idea of
yeah.
writing in cursive. It was like, why? So I can write about fancier farts and boogers. I can type
Yes.
that.
It's so class A when you do it like that.
The fart.
Oh man. So, anyways, toys.
Yes. Toys. What you got over there to this week? Because I've already just randomly pulled something right off the hop there. I want to see what you got going on, or do you feel
Yeah,
like
all
sharing?
good. Hey, let's just address the whatever in the room, right? We were supposed to have Killer Kawhi on this week. Didn't happen. They canceled at the last minute.
That
Shit
happens.
happens. Shit happens, man. And I was thinking about it, dude. I think it's our first cancellation, dude. We got through what 60 something episodes without a cancellation. At least that I can remember. Maybe there was another one
No.
at some point,
Well,
but
I'm gonna say, in my opinion, Evil Wing actually mentioned earlier they haven't watched since the GI show, and in my opinion, like I instantly like winced, almost like, oh shit.
yeah,
That's the only one
right,
you've
right,
seen. You've
right.
got a bad example of what we typically do. So in my
Yeah.
opinion, like yes, we've had one cancellation, and like we might as well say we unfortunately we canceled ourselves on that GI one, man. So we might as well say we've had two.
Sazmac, what is up? Bureau of
But
Print, how you doing?
if you don't mind, I just
Yes.
want to bring it up really quickly while we're on that subject, because I know that even Pocket had mentioned previously. I did make sure to grab that tab for Sam's, and then I know that also I've got a tab that I just pulled up here because of Sparkman J81 that we'll take a look at. But if anybody was going to be a part of that charity show is now sitting on pieces, B and I have both talked about it. We don't quite know what kind of prior commitments you've made, so we don't want to step on any toes that you might already have committed to, but we do want to be able to try and help anybody if by bringing them in to talk about their work at some point would help them get that work out there. I think we both kind of agree that we don't want anybody sitting on toys that maybe made for
Yeah,
this event.
100%, man. So yeah, dude, exactly, dude. We talked about it, and there was definitely pieces made because I saw them. There are people that made runs of things for this. And if you're looking to offload them and you want to get some run and advertise a little bit for free, hit us up. Let us know. We'd be more than happy to talk about it. And like I was saying, man, I don't know what happened. It doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is it didn't happen. It's unfortunate, but moving on, dude, we're going to put on a good show. And to anybody who has those pieces out there, like I said, man, if you guys want to get rid of those or just even dump in the chat that, who you are, if you have pieces and get people over there to check them out, feel free to do that. So anyways, yeah, bummer there. We also had a change of plans, dude, for the next couple of weeks. I thought we were all nice and laid out with of the schedule, and holy shit, that got dumped upside down. Next week, change of plans. I will be in Chicago next week. So, and I did confirm with Mr. Vomiting Droids, we will be eating supper together on Wednesday night. That will be extremely fun. So no tour next week, man. Next week was going to be the tour week, and I'm kind of bummed. I'm honestly kind of bummed, man.
Of course you were. Look at it all. You know, in the back of your brain, you're like, but it's gonna get dusty. It's gonna get dusty.
Dude, and you know what, man?
It's probably so
Over
clean.
the week, I found some new cabinets over the weekend, and I bought 2 of them, and they took a long time to put together, and I filled them up right away. And I'm like, man, they're looking on point, man. And I can't wait to share them, dude. But it'll be a few weeks.
I think you've been more excited about cabinets the last month than you have been about some of the grads.
Absolutely, dude. I could tell you pretty much anything you want to know about cabinets and where to get a decent deal and how long it's going to take to get there, depending on where you at, located in the continental United States. But yeah, man, some of it's from IKEA, and I know IKEA gets a hard knock sometimes, man. But for like display cabinets and stuff like that, where you're not like using it every day and not like really abusing it, legit. I'm looking at them right now, bro. They're legit.
Using their display cabinet every day. Every darn day, I open up before I go to work, give everyone a little kiss on the lips, buy all my toys, close it up, take it off. Like,
Goblin Mob says, go to the Galloping Ghost in Chicago, largest arcade in existence. Dude, nice. I will ask Vomit about that and see what's up. Sazmac just posted a drop, by the way. Boom, boom.
Yes, I made sure to grab a tab for that as well. Thank you, man. We'll grab into that later. Dude, I'm very, very jealous you're going to get to sit with Vomiting Droids. Anybody who doesn't follow Vomiting Droids, you won't be able to see it maybe in their work, but the guy has a sense of humor and a heart of gold. That's the best way I can put it. I was telling B earlier, he's got a child spirit.
He's so funny, dude. We talk throughout the day sometimes, and it's just so funny, dude. It's so good to talk to people during the day like that can really kind of break up the day of the same old shit. Then you look down and there's Vomit's asking a question about some made up nonsense. It's great, man. It's great.
Meanwhile, I guess he might be doing a thing for the hot sauce he got from Uncle Spank actually as well. He might be doing a little D&D vid drop of that hot sauce.
Nice. And speaking of D&D, the other guy who we're gonna meet with, it's a friend of his. I believe it's called Low Cunning.
Yes, dude. Okay. Yeah. I don't mean to nerd out for a second. Low Cunning is an Ozark reference, is amazing in my opinion. He's got all these really sick concept type albums, I guess, cassettes. Most of them are available on like Bandcamp. But basically what he does is he basically makes fake dungeon music. A lot of it will end up being like heavy synth, almost like N64 or like Nintendo themed music. And just recently he did something that I thought was absolutely brilliant because it's quite challenging if you actually think about like the process of it. He ended up creating a whole project where it's basically a recorded dungeon synth music that he does, where he reads out like old gameplay guide codes and stuff, and that's like the quote unquote like lyrics is essentially him being like, turn down that corridor and find the chest. In that chest is the blade. You know what I mean? Like, oh my dude.
That's funny.
And I think it's brilliant. I think it's actually a lot of fun. And we talk about it a lot actually, and I think this comes up quite often. Hella Radical kind of got this locked in my brain early in the scene. There's tons of shit out there that's not hard. It's not about whether it's hard. The hardest part is doing it. When people do something, man, that just tickles me pink, dude. There's a lot of time you can sit there just criticizing other people for what they have done and having never done yourself. Dude, to just do something and then to be vulnerable enough to put yourself out there after you've done that. And on the internet, in front of any of these people, anybody can do whatever they want with it now. They can screen record it if they want. This is now, it's out there, right?
Yeah.
They get to judge this. And for you to be able to be confident in yourself and your abilities of at least trying something, to try and then put yourself out there. Dope.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's dope.
Well, and I think that's one of the toughest things for, probably a lot of artists in this scene just in general, right, is to kind of take that step of, hey, I've been working on something. Here it is. What do you think? That step right there, I think, is a really big step. And I think maybe the step, right, as far as crossing over into just being a fan and watching from a distance, or just buying stuff and collecting and then saying, hey, I'm going to give this a shot. What do you think? And dude, seeing the talent that's out there, I mean, as we go along, it's got to get harder and harder to feel comfortable to come out and say, hey, look what I'm trying to do. I know I'm not even close to being on your level. But I've started and here's what's going on. So Bliss Receptor, what is up, dude? I meant to message you today, my man. I have a package for you. I will get a hold of you either tonight or tomorrow. Hope everything is well with you, my dude. Dreezy, what is up, dog? I got a piece from you.
Dude, even him just saying that, checking out at the folks, have a great show at my buddy's cabin. I can almost just like hear the frogs, hear the crickets,
Mm.
all the lake, you know.
Must be nice, man. Must be nice. I mean,
must be nice.
Yeah, right.
You said you got a Toyzday box to open tonight?
Yes, I do, dude.
Oh yeah,
dude. Let's take a look at it right now. As a matter of fact, since he's here, possibly here. This is a marshmallow. I'm gonna open that up real quick. Really cool drop that happened. Oh boy, a couple weeks ago, I'd say, right? A few weeks ago now. I've had this guy sitting here for a minute. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one. So yeah, and I know that. Yeah, check that out, dude. That sculpt on there, sick. And if I remember correctly, this dude has some really good glow on it. But it's perfect size, dude. I mean, it really is. Like if you ever have gone and bought like a bag of giant marshmallows, that's about the size you're looking at. But dude, really good sculpt on there. Check that out. Sick. Nice. Boom. Nice little sticky there. Been sending out a lot of these stickers too. You guys probably have some of these from us. Bam. Marshmallow. Thank you, sir. Now, if I remember correctly, you'll have to let me know. I believe these sold out. But if not, oh yeah, see, man, yeah, people grabbed them already. Nice.
Yeah, I think they sold out. There was one left. It was a UV reactive that didn't glow, and Toys on Tap snagged it, and I believe did it in a spinny wheel.
Oh, that's right. You're right, dude. Good call. Man.
Our brains work weird. You know, I'm gonna say something too that I think is actually really cool about that drop. So, let's be real. And this isn't me trying to like make a commentary or anything, but I do feel that most of the homies that watch the show end up being dudes. And the reality is that there was a young female that lives in Toronto here who had reached out to Toyzday, and they'd actually kind of asked like what kind of stuff he had, and mentioned, you know, I am a little bit more into the girlier side of colors and stuff. Dude asked her like, well, what are you kind of feeling? She was like, I like anything pink, anything purple, anything with some sparkles. The dude literally made a pink purple marbled sparkle for that person. And in my opinion, considering that was their first ever toy grab, they had never bought a toy from the scene yet. They'd been watching a little bit. They won that Toyzday's piece, and then they were like, I want to order something from this guy. Does a claim drop, got to claim the one they wanted. It was kind of sick to just kind of be like, yo, that's what's up, man. Like, that's the kind of shit that you just like to see. It's like an artist out there heard somebody what they would kind of want, made something like knowing it would just hit the spot, and then that person fucking got it, and every now and then you're just like, and not to be a lame wad, but Toyzday also made a black and white one, and so that.
Oh, nice.
And
very nice.
I'm not gonna lie. So check out that one wisp of white right there.
Yeah,
I shit you not, man. Couldn't have been bent on like so. Dre probably isn't gonna know this. Ellie had this one little white dot, man, right on her forehead. The fact that for some reason the only white on this piece is like a little wisp up near that fucking section.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And dude, you talk about like, you know, customer service, right? If someone says, hey, I really like that piece, but I'd like it in this color, and they go, okay, and do it. It's like, shit, nice. You know what I mean? What else can I get in whatever color that I want? Which is cool, man. I understand that some stuff is really cool when it's limited, and hey, it is what it is, right? But if you got a want for something, and all you got to do is, you know, make a custom color, then I mean, freaking do it, dude. Isn't that funny, dude? You were talking about pinks and purples and stuff. When I was a kid, you know, I guess it was just part of the male deal growing up, right? Like pink was for girls, right? Blue was for boys. And as I get older, and especially in a lot of these pieces, dude, I really gravitate towards the pinks and the purples and the yellows and the greens and you know, neons and stuff like that. And the crazier, the better. It's just funny how that kind of visual taste has changed over over the years. Pink shirts, bro. I got a bunch of pink shirts now,
Dude,
you
when I
know?
was in grade 9, I got teased so hard for a pink shirt. And I'll be honest with you. So even when we had Plastic Vomit Customs on, their partner, is it Groupie Art? I want to say it's Groupie Art, but I might have that wrong. They do a bunch of customs of like My Little Pony and stuff. If any of
Mm,
you in the chat remember, probably around, well, fuck, a lot of you are going to remember from around like the 60s and 70s, any of the television around that time. Some of the homies, if you look back on any of the television from like the early 90s, late 80s, there are certain mannerisms, behaviors, habits, preferences that essentially these shows would make it very, very clear that there's something off about that dude, right? Something a little off about that guy who might like to dance, who might like to be a little creative, might like to sing. And they might even allude sometimes in an episode where like the main humor of the episode is that there's a misunderstanding where somebody's been set up on a date with somebody else because they're maybe very clean or very organized or very
mm,
particular, right? So the issue is being a young man, when you like ponies and pink and stuffed animals, the issue and jewelry making, like beading and shit, all the information around you is telling you that's not very manly stuff. That's stuff that little girls do. In my opinion, looking back now, there's really not a reason that at 4 or 5 years old, somebody should be wondering. You shouldn't even give a fuck. You should be playing tag and stuff. You shouldn't really be wondering if there's something weird about you because of what you like. And yet,
yeah.
even remember being in like grade 7 and I was like looking at lunch monitoring a grade like 3 class. And my old grade 3 class teacher came in and she looked at them and she was like, oh, so and so, you guys want to hear something funny? When I had him as a student, his favorite color was pink. And the class started laughing. I'm sitting there as like their peer, thinking to myself, like, why is that something to make fun of? The
Mm,
issue is, and I think a lot of dudes would feel this way about their toys or about preferences they have, when people do that, you now fight harder for it. Pink has been my
mm,
fucking favorite color, and I will fight for that color being a dope ass color and having nothing to do with gender till the day I die at this point, because it almost becomes
mhm,
this weird like. And I know Epoxy Crusader, right? He had a toy, same thing. Everybody on the playground made fun of him. That's not a real Ninja Turtle. That's not a real TMNT figure. He said it, man. That figure became like the holy grail to him. That figure never left
mm.
his side. It was now his duty to make sure that that toy didn't feel stupid. And it's kind of like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
ugh.
Street Fight, what's up, man? Says pink and black is a great combo. You and I talked about pink and black, dude, and what that pink and black visually does for us. And if you look at our page, bro, like I love the way you look at our page. It's just when it's set up on a or our feed, I guess you would say, when you look at it on the phone and how it's laid out. Lots of pinks, lots of purples, lots of blacks, lots of galaxy type look. And I think
The
that's what we were going
colors.
for, dude. Yeah, there it's just really, really cool. You know, and the other thing is too, man, like, you know, I had an older sister growing up. She's about 4 years older than me. And that's the kind of stuff that she was into. You know what I mean? Like My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright, Strawberry Shortcake, stuff like that. So when I saw that stuff, like that's the last thing that I wanted to like, right? Like I didn't want to like that stuff. I was into stuff that she didn't like, you know, and so anyways, it's just it's getting older, bro. It's just you know, coming to your senses, and it's like, hey man, that's what I like. That's, and I think as we get older as adults, we're just kind of like, fuck dude, we're just gonna do what we like and we're gonna like what we like. You know what I mean? And that's, it's much it's much easier to live like that.
Dylan Clement just rocked out a color combo that I agree. Green and pink, we don't see it too often, but green and pink is rad. And if anything, Zymaco has got a dirty ass chaos ape right now that one of the marblings I think is green and pink on the back. Big old pink flower in the front.
Mm,
That's
yeah,
what you
dude.
said. I don't know why. I was late. I was just looking. I'm always looking. Zymaco's store has so much freshy nar right now, and he's got a drop on
Mm,
Friday with those sick ass bottles. The bottles are double casted with epoxy. He's got some of those fucking cubes with all four sides of the like the pig, the sad dog. Dude,
yeah.
you're wild over there. You're wild over there. Oh, and I'm sorry, we cracked the secret. He actually showed it in his story, and then we were talking about it, and I think it's genius. So last week we were all talking about those pieces he does where it's like the black and the rainbowing, and I'll show it later. Dude, it's white paint that he's squirting on it in that bottle, and then so the white is in the pour. Then he ends up going over, from what I understand, a rainbow airbrushing effect over top of it, and of course that's not going to appear on the black. The black is fucking black.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
dude,
Wow.
once he said
Yeah.
that, it was just like, oh, that's so beautifully simple.
I'm sure you have a tab for it, dude, but the monkeys in the bottle. Oh my God, dude. Hey, you want to look at another piece real quick? Just because I got it here. Weston Harris design on this one. Now this one I picked up in the bootleg toy market through Toys on Tap, which I help out with at the last Friday of every month. So check that out. This one is Weston Harris design, my first piece from him, and this is a Emmett the Golem. And I grabbed it because we were just talking about pinks and purples, and that's exactly what this one is, man. This is more like a galaxy, like super sick, dude. The reason that I picked this one up, man, is you'll have to go to Weston Harris's page and check out Gollum, and then check out the story of Gollum and what it's used for. Freaking phenomenal, dude. I guarantee you, if you go and you read that, you're probably going to want one. I don't know if there's any of these left. They're great, dude.
Him since like Christmas. And dude, this is nothing. If you're in the chat there, this is nothing against you whatsoever. But I will tell you, there is something about your Instagram tag name that does not stick in my brain, because we pulled it up when we first saw it in December. Then we pulled it up when he had a Toys on Tap, and then I'm pretty sure we pulled it up maybe even like a week or so after the Toys on Tap. Every time we hear it, we're almost like, huh. We go over and then we see the Golem, and we're like, but dude, you got a good one. Pull that up again, please.
Yeah,
this is good. That purple one.
Yeah, dude. That it's almost like iridescent, right? You know what I mean? So when you move it into light, you'll see like more blue there, more purple there. But yeah, dude, super sick, man. Really cool piece. And Weston Harris, just as a person, man, super cool. We will definitely have him on the show at some point, but really cool guy, man. Here's the
chrome is
yes,
like it's almost mirror. I would almost be wondering if it's that mirror paint, because that is fucking sharp.
Yeah, it really is, dude. Super clean, super clean. Nice little Emmett. And the sticker right here, bro. The sticker says, look what that says: be kind to each other. All right.
Now let's
put it on your
remember,
face and look at it every
nice.
day.
There is a difference.
Yeah. Color Stardust. So here's the story of Gollum, right, dude? Or of the Gollum. Here, it's right here on the back. Emmett is inspired by the mythical Gollum of Prague, a legendary protector of those who were persecuted based on fear and differing beliefs. Hate deserves no place in the world that divides us and leaves scars that may never fully heal. Emmett is a reminder to choose kindness. Bam. Go get one, please. There you go.
I really like the color you got of that, dude. Like, I don't think I've seen it in that one yet. I've seen it in the red a lot, but oof. Carolina Cool Cat, what up?
Triple C.
Yo, Carolina Cool Cat, that fucking freshie, that plastic custom vomit ended up getting off of you, that purple white witch doctor. Ooh.
Good one. I just saw that before we jumped on here. Carolina Cool Cat, man, I got some divers from him recently, and we'll show those on the show in a couple weeks. Here's something that I do. Jazz Wizzy. What episode are we on? What episode is this?
64.
64. So I think we brought this up before. Jazz Wiz will be on the show on none other than episode 69. None other than episode 69. How can we not capitalize on that shit? 5 weeks, buddy.
I'm not a perv,
5
guys.
weeks, Will.
Why does everybody think I'm a perv?
Yeah.
I say one thing one time. I'm not a perv. I just love Rush. That's why we think you're a perv. Only pervs like Rush.
Bro, here's one thing that I want to look at real quick. And we'll look at this multiple more times, but we are going to give this away on, I think on the room tour show, we'll give this one away. And I'm just going to show it real quick because I'm going to end up showing it multiple times. Look at this shit, dude. I think I showed this to you. I'm almost positive I did. Boom, dude. That resin blood slab backer. In that nice pink and purple. It looks more blue, almost all right, but it's definitely pink and purple. And it does come with a pink and purple goblin. Bam. Yes, dude. Yes. Yes, dude. That and boom.
You didn't show me that one.
There you go. Um,
Fuck, man. This...
yeah. So Eddie sent me those, man. We did some trading recently, and phenomenal, dude. I mean, the guy kicked in a bunch of pieces to give away on the show. That was super sick, dude. So we'll give away maybe not all of those in the definitely the slab on the room tour stuff. We're gonna do some cool stuff on that room tour date, dude.
It was surreal. The other day I was watching another like toy hunter account, and they were at the fucking toy cantina. And it was so hard for me not to be like losing my shit watching that, thinking like, dude, as as if you're toy hunting at the toy cantina right now.
Where was this?
It was, I can't remember what YouTube channel it was. It was some like retro toy reviewer, and he just happens to like travel around collecting up toys. He ended up grabbing something like a Origin Scare Glow. I can't remember what. Obviously, that's what attracted my attention on the table versus almost everything else he grabbed there. But
yeah,
otherwise, he was scrolling the racks. It was just so surreal to see like another human that I do not know just being kind of like, here I am at the toy cantina down in PA. You're like, I know those guys.
Pockets also says Eddie was just out west. Yes, he was, dude. I literally missed that dude by one day. I was down in Long Beach, and I left Friday, and I believe he got there Saturday. So we just missed each other there. But yeah, dude, he was actually, check this out, bro. Imagine showing up to something like this. He went to Paul Kaiju's place out there and was with a bunch of other artists. And I mean, can you imagine that? Hey, speaking of that, dude, I saw Lab Monkey 9 had posted something maybe about a week or two ago, and Dre went out there, that like little garage sale type toy swap that they had. Holy crap, dude. Dre starts posting stuff from Lab Monkey 9, and I'm just like, can you imagine like just walking up and, hey, there's Lab Monkey 9, and look, he's got a table full of stuff. You want to trade? And he's just like, absolutely, I'd love to trade with you. Missed out on that one.
I'm going to explain this to you in the most adult way I possibly can.
Ocular, what's that?
What do you do when you understand your buddy got invited to the coolest fucking party ever, but you have to respect the fact you don't know your buddy's buddies. And all your buddies' buddies are cool, but you might not know your buddy's buddies. So you have to accept the fact you weren't invited. But you have to watch your buddy and all these other cool buddies hang out. Hot damn, dude. Hot damn, dude. Hot damn, dude. It was so hard. It was so hard. You're trying to be an adult and be like, whatever. I can ask. I can ask for the next time. I can always ask for the next time. That is me as an adult. I can always say, hey, guys, you do that again? May I please come? But when afterwards you're sitting here being like, toxic fumes, toys, hanging out with the boys. Oh. Anyways.
Ordinary, thanks for coming in, my dude. See you next week, hopefully. Yeah, dude. I mean, when I saw that advertised, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. What is that? It sounds like it might be like a little annual thing. It looks like that's not the first time that's gone down. So I don't know. Geez, man, maybe we should just change the subject. Oh, goodness. What's next, dude? What you want to do next? We're freestyling tonight. We have zero plan.
We have zero plans? I was currently grabbing some names for that wheel of names. So if anybody hasn't chimed in and would like in on the wheel of names, please chime in on that wheel of names. While we're talking about Canadian makers, because why the hell not? I want to show this guy off here. This actually was an Angry Beast piece coming in from that summer drop. I ended up popping it open right before the live because I wanted to make sure it was safe, because I know that he was actually a little bit worried about this as well. This is actually the Berry Boy Brachiopod.
Ooh.
So first off, I will say way bigger than I ever expected, because it's not a 3.75. It's actually it's closer to like one of the 5-inch wrestlers. Dude, it's got like silver, golds, so many different like purple pearlescents that are almost impossible to try and like catch in there. But what catches me off guard, and this is something that I've always admired about these particular figures, is anybody who molds and casts, like you understand this is stupid. Everything going on here is stupid. The amount of area for undercuts, this stick is half hollow. Like it's going in
Mm.
there. The opportunity to rip apart that mold almost every damn time that you've just poured everything in there just seems insane to me, man. And then I couldn't get over this. Check out those boots, those pour spouts. Instead of being like one big mounted Frankenstein boot, he's got these two perfect little dabbies on either one. They're just like, damn, the
Mm.
balance is insane on it. Like,
What is that little sticker on the foot there? Is that a
so check
sticker?
that out. Homeboy is so bizarre in a weird way. It says Angry Beast 2023 because I'll never get it in
Oh wow.
focus.
Yeah, yeah,
But
gotcha.
it's a little sticker that he applies on the bottom that says like the actual date and the year on there. But I man, so if anybody remembers, he would have had the ones that had the roots for the head. He's had the ones that
Mm.
are the rocks for the head. He's even said like when I've told him like man the mold for those are gotta be stupid. He's like they use so much material and they just like the likelihood is just that like I don't remold them after they're done like they're done. That's why. And so like in my opinion, like this obviously gonna go on a grail. This is definitely one of those pieces that like you wait, man. And what sucks about it, and I know that everybody here understands this, and you're gonna understand this as well. That waiting game sometimes does really fucking hurt, man. Because the reality is that even when he retired the old mold for those other figures, you're seeing it at the beginning of the week where you're like, okay, you've got five. You're telling us that the mold retired, and you're showing us that you've got basically five available. And now every day of the week, we're gonna watch, and we have to basically decide, am I cool with getting this in any colorway? And otherwise, you're going to sit there almost every day going, I don't know, tomorrow's could be better. But every day that you wait is one more day that one less is available. So every day that you're almost trying to hope and wait that one comes out that's like going to be in your color or something is one more day that you're like, maybe there won't be another one. Maybe it's done at this point. So definitely a grailer and one of those ones that you wait and just it lines up, man.
Yeah. Sick, dude. That's a sick piece. Did we ever find out who bought the other one?
No, I have no idea
Mm.
who has the rainbow colored one. I would love to know, man. That piece was wild. I wouldn't even be too surprised if like Lab Monkey number 9 or something had it.
Yeah, but the one that you got though, bro, that one is sick too, man. I love that kind of. It's that same thing, almost of like the Emmett, right? Like that kind of pearly, iridescent, like
It,
sick.
yeah. Admittedly, man. Again, personally, in my opinion, the way I look at it is it's like that like stars align thing where it's like you're kind of
Yeah,
holding off. You're waiting to see if you'll get one and if it'll be in a color that you like, and the fact that it kind of lines up. Yeah.
yeah. Worst villain ever says, "Don't retire a mold, dump wax in it, and tweak it." Interesting. I haven't actually heard of that, but that would
Worst
be
villain ever is slowly becoming wax fucking dude.
it's legit, legit, dude. And I think what is super fucking cool is that we saw that happen from the get. You know what I mean? Like here's some shit that I bought from Kerf Loss. I hope it works. And then he starts sculpting. And you're just like, oh fuck, that's actually that's good. That's real good.
We're
And then
privileged.
the pizza party show with that piece. Also, hey man, could you let us know if you have any of those left? That would
Hmm.
be really cool. Toys on tap. What is up, Abraham?
You know, the thing is,
Um,
like, we bring it up with worst villain ever quite a bit. I think probably one of the coolest parts is that we often talk about how when you're in this scene, the knowledge is now exponentially growing. Before, you know, it maybe was a bit of a slower growth for artists to figure out like what resins, what silicones, what process. And the more like it's now more rapid. Like new makers can do things more rapidly because the access to that information is more readily available. And we saw firsthand as somebody like Death and Strawberries and Kerfloss went scouring through the fucking internet trying to find all these different recipes from old sculptors that worked for all these different companies that were using their own patented recipes. And so they started tracking down that information to be able to try and pass that on. They started putting out resources where they're showing like all the different uses of it. And we've now seen firsthand how all that like that foundation they've built up translates into now seeing new people doing new shit with wax, man. We're very lucky. It's cool.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's got, I'm going to drop some articulated ones in a bag before long, but I have two carded ones at E2K. Awesome. Thank you for that. Also, speaking of E2K, let's talk about this real quick, man. So I talked to Dustin today, and I know you guys probably saw that video of the titty bean pieces making the way over to E2K. On Saturday, there's going to be a drop of just a boatload of titty bean pieces over at E2K. So if you want a gift card from us recently, or have win a gift card tonight, possibly, and you're looking for a titty bean piece, or you've maybe passed on some titty bean pieces in the past because you're not in the Patreon, or maybe you don't like paying the shipping, well, shipping from Kentucky is not expensive at all. Get in there and buy something.
And if you don't mind, man, if we're gonna be kind of on that, he's actually my first tab tonight because I wanted to show off a couple of things on his page. If you don't mind, if I slide those up real fast.
No, go ahead, dude. And I already see the chat going off a little bit about Scraps 5. We will talk about that.
Oh yeah.
I gotta be honest, dude. I got super excited.
We
Look
both
at this
know
guy.
that's like our favorite show.
I know, man. Scraps and Apocalypto, man. They're all good, but those two are like definitely stick out. Look at this guy. Is this that workshop that he's doing?
Yes, so this is gonna be that workshop that he's gonna be doing. So don't forget, if anybody's in that area, I don't believe it's gonna be online. I believe it's gonna be if you're in that Melbourne area to head down to the shop for the workshop. Titty, please give me a heads up though if you're in the chat still, if that's gonna be like recapped at all anywhere, or if people will be able to get access to that through your Patreon or through the Dollhouse Gallery site at all. I also wanted to point out that Titty being mentioned, there is one more July Patreon, no, not July, August Patreon available, I believe. Regardless, there's a painted Patreon tier left. Anybody wants to jump on the painted Patreon tier, there's a slot open. So if you've been waiting for that opportunity to slide on to a Titty Bean Patreon, there is a slot open right now. This is his current drop. And of course, wanted to quickly remind everybody that if you haven't had a chance, international sales are now open. And if you head over to the This Is Not a Toy Store website, they do have them all cataloged there. And of course, if you're placing an order down in the Melbourne area, anyways, you might as well slide over to Kaio Toy Co. and place a pre-order for this guy here. I know that when they were on, we were all loving this guy. This is going to be the Kaio Toy Co. Baby Pickle Goblin soft vinyl, designed, painted right here in Melbourne. Now, he actually ended up designing this with his daughter. And this is something that they ended up creating together. I believe that it kind of was a pet name of calls her the Pickle Goblin. So if anybody is interested, they do have pre-sales open for this now.
Good one. Yeah, you're right, dude. He did say that he made that with his daughter, designed it at least, or made it of her, or something to that effect. But yeah, dude, super cool, man. KO Toyco, that was a good interview, man. That was solid.
You know, I say this quite often. Unfortunately, when we haven't met the person very well beforehand, it is always a little bit difficult. But sometimes it's really nice to be able to maybe even get maybe we start doing that. Maybe do an icebreaker night before we pull them in, because when we know we're having a homie come in, it always just feels like one of the homies are coming in. Versus when we're not sure if they know the kind of our jib yet, we're not even really sure how to, we're walking on eggshells a little bit, and we don't eggshell walk very nicely.
We don't, man. And it gets, and that's kind of the nature of it though, right? Like you're talking to somebody that you may have talked to, you may have messaged them before or whatever, but then you kind of get face to face on here. And you're right, sometimes it's just, you gotta feel each other out a little bit, but that's the nature of it. But you're right, with the homies it's always a little bit easier because we know how full of shit they are, and all the crap they're going to try to pull on us and everything like that. So,
and how full of shit we are.
Absolutely.
Also, man.
That's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah, they know what to expect. They're like,
we have to almost be like on our best behavior when it's the other way around.
Oh man.
August 17th, psychedelic show. So if anybody isn't familiar with this happening yet, this is actually a really cool one. This is gonna be Pocket Salsa, a little bit of a newcomer to the scene, but definitely somebody who's been making a lot of waves, networking hard, working fucking hard, and putting out a lot of toys, man. Probably, I would actually equally say, definitely one of the people who comes out here with some of the most spirit as a new toy maker. Like, let's be honest, most of his drops lately have been releases paying homage to other makers in the scene. And if he's not doing that, they're often memorial pieces or tribute pieces. So it's dude's killing it, man. And a fatty collection, dude. I'm sure we probably saw a fraction of it when he came in. It was a fatty. And yes, Cameron, dude, it's good seeing you in here. If you're relatively new to the toy scene, definitely nice seeing you in here, homie. So obviously we're gonna touch on this a little bit more. I'll click on all the links. It's gonna be having August 17th, so maybe even like next week or the week after that. You've got a psychedelic show planned that we're gonna be going through the links, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah. So first of all, man, like look at all the people in this show. Every single one of these people has hung out in this freaking in this chat before, all of them. And I think that's freaking awesome. That show's going to be badass. I've seen a handful of pieces for this show, and every single one that I've seen so far, I'm just like, man, you guys are crazy. There's some super sick pieces. On the 17th, yes, we are going to have Salsa and Fletch in here, and we're going to do it like we do the other shows, man. We're going to go through the pieces. We're going to chat with them.
That's a good gang, dude.
Yeah, dude, look at that. Like I mean, you start going down it and you're just like boom, boom, boom.
You know,
Dude.
I'm gonna do this only for a quick second because if anything, like this homie here is getting pretty equally famous. But this is what I love when I see this name. And I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you love seeing that name on there because he makes big toys." No, what I love is that I feel for a long time, unfortunately, Rainbow Yawn came out making toys roughly around the same time as a lot of other people that are our homies. But he was so good at branding himself on TikTok that this number right here scared people away. And the
Yeah.
issue was is that unfortunately, because of the time differences, a lot of other makers almost kind of felt like, oh well, I can't talk to Rainbow Yawn. He's a big deal. And yet you've got this guy that we all know when he first started making, he was actually like out in farmland. He probably would have
Mhm.
loved to get hit up and invited to some shows or talked to by some other makers. But unfortunately, the only people probably hitting his DMs are people going, how'd you do that? And so it's kind of like I love that now it doesn't nobody gives a fuck that he's got 41K followers. They invite him to those shows, and that's sick to me, man, because I know that's important to him. This doesn't
Yeah.
make him feel like he's able to participate with other peers, but being
Right.
able to
And
be in a show does.
yeah, absolutely, dude. And I think that that's one of the very cool things about, I think the majority of artists in here that have a ton of followers like that are very open to you reaching out and talking to them or inviting them to a show or whatnot. But Titty or Rainbow Yawn, dude, make no mistake about it, man. That dude knows how to market himself. He knows how to market his product. He knows the ins and outs of making reels, what works, what doesn't. And he makes no bones about it, man. Once he learned how to do that and got over to TikTok, I mean, you think 41,000 is a lot, dude. I don't have TikTok, but I've heard that his following on TikTok is like massive, like
Dude,
dwarfs what we're seeing on here, right?
the reality
Um,
is I'm still sitting on it. I don't know what I'll ever do with it, but he and I sat down for an interview that lasted 8 hours. I shit you not, it was 8 hours long. And the first probably 2 to maybe 3 hours were us just discussing editing footage, cutting down footage, figuring out TikTok algorithms, figuring out like it was literally just that. It was just two dudes nerding out on the algorithms and
yeah,
marketing your work. And we didn't even get into the toy shit until probably almost 3 hours in because we were just both so into because he's good at it, man. He's
yeah,
very good at it.
yeah, yeah. I agree, man. And it's a whole, his reels that he does are great. Those have kind of tailed off, a little bit like around the holidays and stuff, but they're still really good. When he does reels for his pieces, those are all really good. He pushes the pieces on eBay when those go up. He's got it down, dude. He's like, you know, he's
You know,
Rainbow Yawn. He's Rainbow Yawn, but you know what? He works for it and he earned it, man. You know what I mean? And he makes. I mean, let's be honest, bro. The dude makes fucking elite level shit like every single time. Um, anyways, that's what I got to say about that.
apparently this is gonna be his first online show as well.
Who's
The
that?
Atlanta Cool Cat. So again, man,
Oh, sweet.
and you know what? I bet you this will probably be Kilo Flow's first time in the toy scene doing a show as well. I don't.
Dope. Yeah.
Kajiki's gonna bring some heat. We know that. Like, dude, Fat Dad's toys, little crossover into that 3D printing fucking designer toy shit. That's what's up,
Yes.
dude. I don't know who this guy
Has been,
is.
bro. Come on.
Dude, I
Uh,
was looking at my shelf today, staring at my RoboCop, thinking to myself, that RoboCop doesn't want to go out there. He does not want to come with me hanging out in the forest. And I was like, it's such like hurt. That RoboCop is so like hurt. He would not want to fucking come walk with me in the forest today.
I was gonna
He's
say,
not
bro,
coming.
if you want to stay true to the game, you put that piece somewhere and you leave it, and it doesn't move, and it
See, if
doesn't
anything,
go
I
out
almost bought it
anywhere.
for that. I was staring at it being like, everything else on the shelf was basically like, I'd go, I'd go. Those two were just standing there like, don't move. If we don't move, he won't notice us. I was like, yeah, okay.
That's funny, man. Uh,
Fuck, sorry
he's
about that,
working on
man.
something, bro. I'll tell you what, man. He's got something. He's got a doozy planned for the psychedelic show. That's going to be awesome. What a cool show, dude. I think the whole the format of the show is really cool. I love that it's an online show. I love that part. I love that people can sell or not sell, and 100% of the proceeds go to the artist. Yes, I see a lot of comments about Dustin from E2K. Block Watch Captain, if you don't know, is his screen name. Go check that out, man. He does the wood carvings and then paints them, and they're sick, man. It's almost
The
like a
rolls,
relief. Yes,
dude.
absolutely, dude. I believe Edwin Salas does something similar. Um, but dope, man. I mean, Dustin stuff, there was a lot of those Star Wars ones. He's got a lot of them, man. And I think they're great, dude. They're like $75. I know that DKE has a bunch right now because it might have been released for a show that he did or something like that, but there's a bunch of them. But yeah, dude, I agree, man. Dustin from E2K, man.
If you watch
Super cool.
any of the DKE videos, basically right behind Dove, you'll see like a table that has a whole bunch of them right behind him. And I'm pretty sure those are his, are they not?
I'm sorry, say that again.
If you watch the DKE videos behind Dove, I believe there's
Yes.
a bunch of the block captain pieces behind him there as well.
Yes. Yep.
Very nice pieces,
Yep.
man. And you know what? And because I've got a wood artist I'm going to pull up here later today in a tab as well. Wood is such a hard medium to try and price out. And I remember Titty Bean and I talking about this way back as well, because the issue, in my opinion, is that to process wood is not in a liquid form, right? We don't have the ability to be able to pour this into a mold. And I'm not saying anything is one is harder than the other, not at all. But to make an exact copy of something, like we don't have that means of just instantly duplicating it. On a lot of us, unless you've got like a full-on wood shop, you're not gonna have the means of being able to just like run this through, right? Table saws and everything, lathes, anyways. So I guess when I'm looking at wood, sometimes it's really tough to try and price it because you also want to be in the same market and realm as everybody else on your scene. But the processing involved to get it to that final stage does take like it takes a lot of man hours. And so it's almost
Yeah.
like you're switching out material costs for man hours. And a lot of the times the resin artists, they understand like, well, my man hours aren't going to be worth anything. But a wood artist can't do that because they're like, okay, well, yeah, I got this much wood for very little. And I was able to do all these things, but it took me hours upon hours to get them perfect. So it's almost a reverse.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. And I think, just as in resin or anything else, there's really different levels of how intricate people get, right? Like two wood artists, like let's take a look at sometimes you got to say Toyz, right? 3.75. I mean, we're talking very fucking detailed shit, right? Like, and you can tell that there's a lot of time going into those. And then we'll bring up Edwin Salas again, right? Where it's more, I don't want to say there's no time put in those, but it's
Rustic.
definitely, yes, rustic,
And
blocky, right?
I would even say that's a prime example of global. Like when we actually look,
Mm.
because we've had this conversation with Epoxy Crusader before, and it took me a long time to appreciate this in toys. It's just like anthropologists. We really can't have this like the same viewpoint of how we view here everywhere across the board. Their ideas of bootlegs are different. Their ideas of a
Mm.
toy, what they're celebrating are different, right? If somebody's
100%.
trying to celebrate like a Peruvian doll, and they all of a sudden find themselves just because of the algorithm in a toy scene, and then we're going, well, that's not really a toy up to this standard. It's like, well, no, they make Peruvian dolls. They're trying to honor a certain craftsman style. And so that's where it gets even tough, is I feel like with Edwin Salas, I wouldn't even say that it's like worse or better, and you're in that same boat, not one worse or better. But one is almost celebrating a different form. One is kind of
Yeah.
like, allow me to take this piece of wood and just get this beautifully clean, crisp image. And the other one is like, let me fucking cut this down into the simplest forms so you can recognize what it is. And then one
Mm.
further, Aldi. I don't know if you remember Aldi, but he'll literally take
Mm.
like a yellow 1x2 and he'll just sand it perfectly. And he'll just end that 1x2 with literally spikes on top. He'll put one like yellow circle eye on it. and it'll put a blue section across the bottom of that, and you're like, that's Bart Simpson. And it's just a 1x2. Just
Mm.
painted and divided in sections, right away your brain is like, yeah, that's Bart. Put a little brown section on it, use a
Yeah,
circular shape for the bottom. Oh fuck, that's Homer. And it's as simple as
yeah,
that. It's crazy, man.
yeah.
I love this shit.
Yeah, dude. It's like those. I'm sure you've seen those ones where they basically take a character and they just layer it with colors, right? You know what I mean? So it's like layer in different colors of that character, and people look at them and they go, boom. And some people are really fucking good at that, man. Like after you see it, you're just like, oh shit. But I think some people's brain just works so much faster than mine, dude, where they can identify it super, super quick, you know? Dude, I did see Weston Harris come in. Weston Harris, what is up, my dude? We did take a look at Emmett a little while ago. So if you want to jump on maybe the replay or maybe back this up and see us talk about Emmett, we did give it a freaking great review, man, because that piece is freaking awesome. Everybody loves the color, the chrome. The story on the back we went over, that was very awesome. The sticker is very cool. Awesome, man. Thank you very much, Weston Harris Design. Very good meeting you on the bootleg market. Kyle Kerwin, what's up, dog?
Real quick on a whim here, I gotta show these. We were just talking about them, and now I'm thinking about them. Like, dude, the simplicity in some of these, but it drives the point home
Yeah,
instantly.
100%.
And you like every time, and you're just kind of like, damn, yep, know who that is.
So when you were talking about Aldi, I did not put two and two together. I did not know who Aldi is. I've seen these a lot. I did not know who Aldi is,
I'm
dude. But
sorry.
didn't know.
That's fine.
You're like Aldi. I'm just like, yeah, okay. Those are
Like,
sick though, and they're not cheap, right?
no, no, and
Yes.
that's where wood gets very different. And so that's what's interesting though, and that's where it gets really tough is because somewhere in here I've got sometimes you got to say toys, and that's another example where, in my opinion, if you consider what a lot of people will charge for wood, and then you go to his page, I know it still seems on the high end, but $80 for this guy in wood, come on, what are we talking about? Like that's
Yeah.
a pain in the ass to make, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dude, 100%. Like, look at all. First of all, that's wood, and then look at all the
Yes.
pieces. You know what I mean? And I remember seeing him on a live. Man, whose show was that, dude? But they were talking about just kind of his process, and he kind of showed. Oh my god, look at that, dude! I know you love that. Mm.
How can you do anything wrong though? Like you know what I mean? Like if you're doing this stuff like in um wood, like it doesn't matter what you make. It's gonna be so rad, dude.
Mm.
His R2s are so sick. I mean,
Yeah,
I would actually feel rude now if we didn't, but because you just said it. Like if we're gonna look at all three of those artists that we just mentioned that use wood and
yeah.
how just different even like their styles are, it very drastic difference in styles and like but that's like very marionette style, right? Very doll style.
Yes, yes. Good
It's
point,
it's
dude.
it's almost like again, it's like when we look at where a lot of these guys are coming geographically, what they had growing up, what their ideas are, what they're trying to accomplish. Like again, we almost have to have that anthropological approach where like we can't really judge it based on what we see here because like what they saw growing up is different. They might not have had that same stuff. Anyway, now I'm repeating
Yeah,
myself.
I can hear. No, I can hear you, man. I have a good example of an Edwin Salas piece that we're talking about that I had to grab real quick. But this is a wood piece from Edwin Salas. This Dracula, you know what I mean? And so that is really the difference, right? Like, look how blocky that is. What's funny about this is that even though it's super blocky, like, dude, it's still articulated in the arms, right? And they've moved together. So obviously there's some sort of pin that runs through here. So he is doing, um, you
Almost like a
know,
pin wire or something.
yeah.
Yeah, very
But this
neat.
one, yeah, it's basically a Dracula. I almost posted this the other day, but and actually this one I picked up at Assembly Required, and it was cheap, dude. It wasn't expensive at all. Um, but sick, Edwin Salas, man.
Well,
Check that
and you
out.
know what? I think that sometimes even enters into it because again, I don't want to get too much into the geographical thing, but I would say there's a pretty big difference between Edwin Salas, if he knows he wants to be able to keep his stuff affordable, and so therefore he understands that like all you need are the basic forms. Trim off this shape, get it on there, paint it up. It should look a little rustic. I want to be able to make as many of them as possible. It's a wood toy. What do you want, right? Versus if somebody's like, I'm an artiste, and every single one of these I'm gonna make sure is exquisitely perfect. It's like then of course that person's gonna charge 3 times because in their mind
Yeah.
they didn't just go, I'm gonna trim the arm. They were sitting there going, but I'm gonna try and carve it perfectly like an arm. So again,
Mm.
that man hours comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. But I mean, all three of those artists that we just looked at, man, people doing wood action figures. I mean, just that concept alone is pretty wild.
You
What
guys
you
see
want
that
to
little
do?
box? I'm seeing you look beside you there, so I'm wondering if you're looking to if you're itching up the
Well, yeah,
box.
well, I'm looking at them. But then I remembered that you had something to look at too, or did you? Was that the first one that we saw tonight?
Tab wise,
No, pieces.
I've got an old thing I'm gonna show here, and I've got an older thing I'm gonna show here that you guys haven't seen.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to show something else real quick?
Do it up.
Cool. So we'll do Violence toy. And I know a lot of people have been landing Violence toy pieces recently, and they're just so freaking cheap, man.
Dude, that Brian from HR. Come on. He's got so many good pieces over there. It's and the pricing right now is stupid. I don't know if his sale is still going on, but the pricing over there was stupid.
For real. Pockets also. Edwin just did a few lecture at universities about his work and other work. That's nice, dude. He actually lives out there in Asheville, North Carolina, where Assembly Required is. So that's
I'm
very
just a
cool.
racist asshole and assumed he was over somewhere in like Spain.
Well, he originally he is, and he came out here to go to school. We chatted a little bit while we were at his table, but yeah, really good dude. Fletcher, what's up, my dog? So Violence toy, man, here we go. So this one, the box is huge. Puppet Master, right? Bam. Now, and I told you, Crumbs, I'll be completely honest, dude, I am not a fan of this movie. I don't know if I've ever even seen this movie before, but how can you not get this, dude? This torch figure? This has got to be probably, I don't know. That's probably a foot, 10 to 12 inches, painted vinyl, $40. $40 for that. That's craziness. But I mean, shoot, dude, really cool piece, for someone who collects vinyl, not me, some people I know. It's a really cool piece, but for $40, I mean, it's hard to pass on that, man. It really is, for such a cool looking figure. So there's that guy.
You nailed it though. I went to the website and I was looking at that. I'm like, I don't know this movie, but it was this weird part of me. I had to silence because, dude, it was tempting for the price on that figure. It was tempting.
Yeah, straight up, man. And these are the other ones. Now, we were talking about these a little bit on the bootleg toy market. These little robots, dude. Oh my God, these little painted ones, $15. $15 a piece on those. Now you can buy these in a set. There's about 4 or 5 figures
Is that
in this
Violence
little
toy
set.
too?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what? I think I only saw those with like all the, like the freak guys beside them, and I think
Yeah.
somebody else said the robots were dope.
Yeah. So they do have the robots in all the other flavors too. But on some of them, you have to click on the group to be able to buy them individually, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because you see them as a group, and I think it was like, I don't know, $75 for the group or something like that, right? But then you click on them and you have the option to buy them individually too. So that's what I did. But they had them in glow. They had them in a bunch of different stuff. I went with these painted guys. But dude, super sick. Violence toy, $15. $15. Yeah, 12-inch painted toy, right? $40, dude. Yes, $40, Jazz Wizzy. That's what I'm saying, man. It was just, and there's more stuff on there. And actually, a lot of people were hitting me up saying, hey, did you see this stuff on sale? Lab Monkey 9 was one of them, man. There was a piece on there that he snagged that ended up selling out. But it was funny, dude. Right when everybody started realizing those pieces were on sale,
They dropped them more.
Yes, I swear, probably 5 people hit me up in the same day and were like, hey, man, this stuff's on sale. And I was like, cool, man. I'll tell some of my friends that collect vinyl.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to look back at our video from last week. I'm pretty sure these were not 15 last week. These were 25 last week, and that seemed like a killer price. And these are now showing up at 15. So I feel like he might have even reduced some of the pricing on some of the pieces again.
Yeah.
And he must have gotten the hint of the fact that people weren't cluing in that you could separate these individually because you're right.
Yeah, you're right. See, now that wording is different now because at the front it said from $15,
Yeah.
or you can buy the set at 75. And actually, I think you brought the price of the set down, man. I think the set was more at one point.
It was 100. And
Yeah.
I think yeah, I'm with you. I do think that maybe he's been getting some feedback and making adjustments accordingly throughout the sale. These weren't 15 either. I know I was looking at these. Now I
Yeah.
just feel like a weirdo.
Oh,
Anyways, we can creep that later on tonight. Um,
yeah.
oh damn, yeah, I did post a link there for anybody who's itching for some of that icky nar of the vinyl. Did you have more vinyl pieces from him? Did I cut you
No, that
off?
was it, man.
Okay.
That was it, dude. But out of those three pieces that I showed, um, I mean, shit, dude, $70 total for, you know, this guy and these two guys in this box too, man. Now somebody else had, in that box, like if you're into the movie, that's a sick box. Um, Bam. That's kind of like a NECA style box, I guess you would say. Um, but somebody else had posted that same exact piece, and I was like, oh shit, man, that's actually pretty cool. Um,
You kind of nailed it there too, because again, like we don't really talk about the packaging oftentimes with pieces, but I jokingly posted that Arthur clip in my story the other day. That is the real thing you guys should be doing. I don't know if anybody actually does, but like the reality is that if like you break down your expenses. That's the only way that you do this in a way where you eventually don't fucking want to slash your eyes out. Is that you have to be on top of that stuff, so that way, like in my opinion, the only way that you're going to make it so that that way you're getting the intrinsic and extrinsic value from it is if you're getting the intrinsic and extrinsic value from it. If you're always pouring your time, energy, and money into doing it and never seeing a return, you'll stop. And we don't want to see you guys stop. So
yeah,
you got to work that stuff in. If yours ends up being in a bag and tag, but it means that you're able to get it out and you're able to fucking sell a couple of units and charge $5 less, give her. It's cool, dudes. You saw me
yeah,
rip into that vinyl like a barbarian earlier. You saw I Need Toys slash the bottom of it. Carded figures are dope. Sick ass box pieces are dope. But nothing ever against anything bag and tagged ever, man. Anything wrapped just in a piece of fucking bubble wrap. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna open it.
agreed. And some people who just hate packaging altogether for a multitude of reasons. But I agree is that it doesn't really matter, it doesn't really matter what it comes in, really, to me. But then again, we start talking about cards and packaging and
And it gets
how much
very
that adds to the
specific.
piece.
The
Right.
reality
Right.
is that I can very easily sit here and go, I hate all packaging, and then somebody sends me a picture of something, and they go, doesn't this make the piece? And you're like, fuck yeah, it looks gorgeous. You know what I,
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean? Like,
Exactly, man. And the example that I'll bring up is Terrible Toy Works, and we'll take a look at that new Spectre piece in a couple weeks. I have it here, but that piece is already on another level, man. But then you put the packaging with that, and just what that does for the piece, and it really elevates kind of that whole experience of opening one of those, which is cool.
this is something that is so simple, but it gets overlooked a lot. People remember how you make them feel. It's as simple as that. That sticks in people's brains, man. And sometimes it's really simple little things. But people remember how you make them feel. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Agreed. Um, oh, Pockets also says Gorehounds. Gorehounds is another one, dude. We'll have that dude on someday. He was on the bootleg toy market last week, and that dude is
Which
doing some incredible shit.
This is gonna sound so weird to say. I feel like it's a little weirdo, but I was so proud of you when I was watching that last week, man. You were dropping knowledge like nothing. It was so dope. I was sitting there being like, "That's my boy, dude. That dude knows what's up. He knows his toys. That's what's up. Fuck it."
He had great stuff, dude. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate that. It was fun though, man. You know, the one thing that I really like about that show for me personally is that there's a lot of people that I've met on that show so far, just in like 3 episodes that we haven't had on our show yet. And it's cool, man. And I really feel like it's a good way for us to kind of reach out and say, hey man, like we do a show too. Would you want to be on there? And I know Weston Harris would, and I know that Gorehounds would. Gorehound stuff, dude. If you look at Gorehound stuff, just keep in mind that dude is doing everything by himself, 100%. Sculpting, painting, packaging, shipping, everything is by himself, dude. And that is wild for what you get, dude. We brought up a couple different people. Ehimo is one of them. Hence the Meat is another one where these guys are doing 5.5, almost like Ninja Turtle style pieces, and the packaging and backers are just fucking off the charts. I mean, and the fact that he's doing it all by himself, I'm like, bro, how do you have time to do anything else?
I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that's one of the things that I probably nerd out about Ahimo the most. Yes, Ahimo has some solid as fuck pieces, but we all know that for whatever reason, discipline is super fucking hard, man. And especially when you're trying to make something and you've been alone eating on that thing for so long, you want to share it. It's killing you to want to share it with somebody. And what I love about Ahimo is you can tell that dude is easily dropping information on you that he's been sitting on for like 3 months. Because I'll never forget watching the fucking drop of the swamp toidles, and literally he's like, pre-sales over, guys. Literally, it was then like over the next couple of like weeks, you would just see like all of them on the table, all of them painted, all of them packaged, all of them shipped out. Bye-bye. And you're thinking to yourself, whoa, that guy's a machine. How did he just get all those out so fast? And then instantly, like the next day, sketches were dropped of him being like, I may be working on something, and then boom, prototype figures just dropping, and you're like, oh my God, you're months ahead. You're months ahead. And the reality is, if we look at Lab Monkey #9, same thing, that cicada figure, if we scroll way back, he started that cicada figure probably in wintertime somewhere in February time. We can start seeing process shots of that cicada. And he was teasing it. We knew it was coming. When did we get the on-port? The week leading up to the event. It's like, dudes, if you sit on some of this shit, you might have to be quiet for a month, but think of how much material you'll build up if at the end of that month you're like, oh, right, that dropped, then I was going to do it in a week. I now have all these process shots. I'm going to tease for it. Boom, there it is. And I'm not doing anything right now for even my next drop. I'm 2 drops ahead. I'm now casting things, not even for my next drop. That stuff's curing on the table with clear coat on it. You know, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like you said, dude, planning ahead and keeping things moving, right? Just keeping things in the pipeline and not getting stuck on one thing. And like, you know, like you said, dude, I think it's hard to actually, and I'll say this, right? Not being a maker, I can relate what I do to the same thing. If I have an hour of free time and I can take pictures of 5 or 6 different pieces, yes, I will make drafts of those and just stick them and save them away for when I want to post something and I'm not at home, or I feel like I haven't posted in a while. I can just dip back in there and, you know, take a picture and say, oh, wow, that's, you know, great picture and good write-up and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I did that shit a month ago. And it's just kind of been sitting there waiting, but it's just constant material to kind of feed yourself, man, to where you don't have to put yourself on that schedule of, oh my God, I haven't posted in a while. I need to get it out now, you know? And then sometimes I think when it's rushed out, you start looking at it and you're just like, ah, fuck, man, that could have been better. That could have been better. You know what I mean? We got nothing but time, man. Everybody's got nothing but time. We just wait a little bit. Anyways.
And, you know, another one, Feral Foundry, man. He's somebody that I find, even if, like, so today's a prime example. This guy chats with me a fair amount. We are buddies. I normally know like what he's working on, when it's in the pipeline. He shares things with me, or he'll even be kind of like, hey man, I'm kind of thinking about doing an idea like this. And yet I'll know 1 out of the 3 things he's about to drop. Much like how earlier you kind of teased where like I knew about the resin blood piece, but I had no idea about the resin blood speed.
Speed skull, yeah.
Speed skull you had. It's the same thing. Feral Foundry will share this with me in DMs where I'm like, oh, hell yeah, dude, those are looking cool. And out of nowhere, this drops today, and I've never seen it.
I saw that, dude, and I thought the exact same thing. I saw that, and I was like, wow, dude, I don't think we got a heads up on that one at all, which is fine. Those are all great, dude. I mean, I know the quality of those, and you do too. And they're probably great.
I feel almost weird at this point. I'm stoked this guy was on Toys on Tap. Toys on Tap, if you're still chilling, man. Good on you for fucking bringing this guy in here. He is a gent, man. Just an absolute gem of a human, absolute gentleman. And in my opinion, like with Canadian pricing on these, like a lot of these are beautiful price, man. 1774, 2661. Like this guy here, it switches up. 5321. I think the orange might have been at one point, but like, dude,
Yeah, dope.
we talk about this artist all the time. Sorry, Feral Foundry.
Good one, dude. Feral Foundry, dude. These, yeah, I have not listened to that Toys on Tap yet, but I'm sure it's great. I will listen to that. Dope, man.
Between Worst Villain Ever and Feral Foundry, two, in my opinion, solid back-to-back fucking guests, man. And, you know, Yako, if you're still watching, dude, I really dig that right now, the way that you've got the bootleg marketplace, it actually works beautifully that, like, any artists that we maybe didn't get a chance to see or hear on the Toys on Tap for a while, we're getting to see them for a bit, and then some fresh blood, and then those dudes, some fresh blood. So it ends up this really nice cycle where you're kind of picking the dudes who have been on the show before are allowed to come on for the bootleg marketplace, and new dudes are coming in on your Toys on Tap. Good flow going, dude. And don't burn out,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, good flow going, you know, and him and I had talked about that too, man, of just not getting burnt out. And gosh, dude, you think that you and I are busy with what we do. He edits all of his, you know what I mean? That's not a live show, so he does the editing. And I can't even, bro, can you imagine trying to edit some of our shows? Holy shit. I mean, you do enough of it
by accident, and right away I was like, oh, that poor SOB, because like he right away liked it, and I'm like, yeah, but still, you're one dude. Like, I don't, right, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you want to do next, man? Do you have the wheel ready or no? We still prepping
Oh
that?
heck no, I have not been paying enough focus to that wheel. If anybody would like to get on that giveaway, please chime in. Sorry, dude. The
Yeah, no, all
moment that we
good.
start talking about really cool shit, I tend to unfortunately forget to be copying and pasting those names in there. Um, but if you've got another unboxing there, feel free to rip that unboxing open, dude, or you can
I
show
do.
off that speed skull.
I did show it off, remember? Beep. Yeah, so I do have one more unboxing that I'll show. It's actually Nim Studios. There's two here. The one that I don't have in front of me is the Sporezoid, but I see it. My eyeball is just located, so I will grab that one. This is Yeti, Yedi. These are great, man. And actually, Nim was on the bootleg toy market last week. These are great, nice little carded piece there. Yeti is a wandering soul who travels around rather than settling in one place, always hitting the road for the next adventure. Nim Studios. I remember when Jacob first showed me kind of this character, and I immediately thought that that was something that you'd be able to see on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or something like that, especially up in places like Tahoe. If you've ever been to Tahoe or kind of touristy type places like that, they have kind of these generic shirts that just say Tahoe on them and some type of character. I could totally see this dude as like a Yeti character on something like that. So really cool piece, man. Static. He does have a hat with him. Bam. And then he's got this bear kind of like headdress type thing, which is cool too. Bam. Yeti. Good one. Yeah, Baba Drock says he loves Yeti. Agreed, man. Good one. Pocket Salsa wants to know what the giveaway is tonight. Well, how about you don't worry about it, pal? It's going to be a surprise. And the only reason it's going to be a surprise is because I don't even know yet. I'm looking at a box of stuff sitting to my left, and then we're just we'll pick. Maybe we'll do winner's choice tonight. Maybe we'll give you a couple different things to look at.
We're at a
Twig.
restaurant and we're 8, and we're just gonna be opening up the little treasure chest of things to pick out.
Yeah. Twig is the next one. Bam. Twig Prefers to jab through the trees and ride powder bumps. He is the backcountry lover who has the best day out of everyone. I bet he doesn't. I have a better day than that dude, than Twig. But we'll take a look at this one again, man. This is another one that I could see doing, multiple things. Bam, really cool piece, dude. Love the paintwork on that, man. It's just like super. I think that the clothing and the colors add a lot to this guy. Dope. Static again. Nice. Nim Studios. Twig 3.75. Bubble backer. Nice. Rambo Kiss says he's a backcountry lover too. I'm going to grab Sporezoid real quick.
Do it. I triple dog dare you. That was way faster than I expected.
Yeah, it was kind of just to my left here. Sporezoid. Bam. Now, this is another one that I think he showed this one on the bootleg market. Really cool backer on that one. And the picture on the back. Now, the picture on the back, I think he made t-shirts of these as well. Jacob, there you are. I thought I saw you in here earlier, but maybe not. We're just talking about your Sporezoid, my dude. Bam. There's the Sporezoid. And that one again has a, this one is actually articulated. Bam. Really nice backer. Yeah, I agree. Yuck says he likes the card backer. Me too. Super sick. Bam. Nim Studios.
I'm glad you
Yeti.
whistled when you did. Made me look over too.
Twig.
I don't know why. I didn't clue into the packaging you had there. I was pulling names, but I didn't see the backers for the Yeti and Twig. I like those.
Yeah. Nice. Slim.
Yeah. I like that
I don't
slim.
Yeah. I don't have too many of them like that, but you're right, dude. They're just nice. I like the resealable bubble too. That's always a plus.
Very Hallmark.
Yeah, you know what? It's something. And
or Sears.
It's the best way that I can put it, I think, is how I described it before, is when you go into like a gift shop and you see, well, I'm just saying that like when you go and you see kind of a generic shirt and that's no knock on the figures itself. It just looks like those characters look like something that you'd see where it says, like I said, Tahoe, Yellowstone, Yosemite, where it's, and you have the Yeti character. I mean, it makes sense to me. But yeah, dude, great pieces. Good job, Jacob. That's all I had for opens tonight, man. So we're down to giveaways and tabby doos.
Yeah, giveaways and tabby doos. I'm actually gonna show off this guy here. You know about this guy. Nobody else knows about this guy. And if anybody says shit, I don't give a fuck. This was a Zymeco. Now, very few pieces obviously exist out there with weird shit like that on there. Zymeco is just an absolute fucking legend. If you guys aren't familiar with this piece, this is fake Astro Cat, and he's got his helmet sitting on there. This is like an intelligence helmet. This obviously is like Eye of Wisdom. He also comes with, now this is insane, and for anybody who's got an Astro Cat, dude, the helmets are stupid. And for anybody who's unsure, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't necessarily sure how I felt about the eyes. He does them so tight with those sequins. I do love it. I will say that. I wasn't sure how I felt about the bejewels sometimes looking online. I love them. I like them. This thing is nuts, dude. I don't know if you've caught it, but and it's not going to be possible to catch it here. I don't know if it's the black in the helmet or what. Look at that blue tint.
Yes, I see. I can see it. You can see it.
Oh, dude.
It looks like a blue halo around the head, dude. That is sick.
With that purple pink,
dude, that board is so
beautiful
good.
Piece, genius idea. He has other ones these in the store still, but this whole idea in general, stupid good, man. Stupid cool. The fucking head swaps on those. Zymeco is always doing new cool shit. I don't get it.
You're right. You talk about a machine, man. Holy smokes. It just, those pieces just, they just keep on flowing, man.
And
Um,
Zydeco, man, massive, massive, massive thank you. That is a gorgeous piece, dude.
yeah, straight up, dude. Good one. Nim Studios. I did see this. He is going to be in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, August 17th. If anybody is out in that area, he's going to be doing a solo show at Horizon Fine Art Gallery. He will be painting there. Nice. Congrats, man. That's big time. That's very cool. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I would love to go there someday, but I have heard that that place is not cheap, man. I mean, it says Wyoming, and you'd think it'd be cheap, but there's like lots of fishing, lots of fly fishing, and it's just it's an expensive place, but it's a nice place from what I've seen. Anyways.
I know the gang was earlier talking a little bit about that scraps show, and since we're apparently talking like tabbies and giveaways, I wanted to show off these guys real quick. And if Yuckamuck is still in the chat, man, again, massive thank you to you, dude, because he sent me some miscast stuff that he thought were some freaky little mutants. And I remember I showed off that blue guy, but the reality is, man, is I've had a lot of fun doing this. And so with the scraps shows coming up, this is the kind of shit you guys can be doing, right? And in my opinion, like I think that Yuckamuck sent in some misfits out there that I was able to play around with. In my opinion, like this is what scraps is about. So if anybody's kind of sitting there being like, well, I don't know if I can do scraps, like this kind of shit, man, it's literally take your miscasts, make something neat and fun, have fun with it, and that way you're not sitting there with a box of stuff that broke your heart one day that you weren't sure what to do with. It's sick.
Yeah, dude, I saw your stories of when you were doing those beads and stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, this guy's concentrating today. I better leave him alone.
Dude, honestly, I'll be honest. Like now, my brain kind of understands the numbers. Because unfortunately, like that's a big part of it is trying to like visualize how numbers have to go with adding the beads to do stupid things. But I'll be honest, man, it is so therapeutic. It's so calming. You throw something on in the background and you just start fucking honing it. Oh, it's nice.
Nice. Nice. Very nice.
Let's pull up some. You want to look at some tabbies? Before I pull up some tabbies, I'm gonna give a quick little share of the wheel of names, so that way, if anybody does not see themselves on there, because we had a little bit of a larger crew tonight than normal, and I want you guys to be able to let me know if I've messed up and missed anybody. So I'm gonna try and rhyme them off a little bit earlier, so that way, while we're going through some tabs, if I've missed you, you can catch me. I've got Titty Bean Toys, Pocket Salsa, Cameron Dudek, Mr. Ordinary, Linz the Rapaway, Worth Phil and Everett, Zymaco, Mike Spit, Stratford, Uncle Spank, Wreck Shop, Resin, Stormico Station, Folklorian, Evil Wing, Bootleg Toyco, Jazz Wizard, Rambo Kiss, Suki, Meh, Yuckamuck, Brett Porpoise, Fletcher, Sandvik, Carolina Coolcat, SKPEC, Sparkman Custom Creations, Colin Has Been, Bubba Drock, Sasmac Toy, Von Fake Name, Street Fight, SPDX, Kyle Kerwin, Western Harris, Kilo Flow, Nim, Resin Blood, Tomo Aragano, fuck guys, Bliss Perception, Rocky the Rob, Best Toys on tap. Holy crap, but I do know I've missed a couple of you guys. I did throw Eddie on there because I imagine he's probably watching. Hopefully we're not, like, I'm sure he's a fucking wizard over there, man. Who knows? If Resin Blood does get pulled, he probably has 10 billion other beautiful things to get in his hands.
It's true.
Right?
Oh man.
And I've been told by B that I could throw Hurt on there because he might be watching, but at the end of the day, Hurt would probably say, fuck you, I don't want it. So, no, it's not true.
What?
Not quite like that, but.
No. Just like that. That's what's funny. It's just like that. Hey man, you want something on the show last night? Ah, fuck you. No, I didn't. Give it back. 100%. I think we've probably had that conversation, that exact conversation before. Fuck you. No, I didn't. Fuck. I don't want it. Give it to somebody else. Okay. By the way, here's 5 pieces you can give away. Hey, thanks. You know what I did send? Speaking of Hurt, dude, I sent Von Fake Name. Dude, I kept him waiting so long on his stuff, his package that he had won. And then he had won something else, I think, and I had just kind of lost track of it. And anyway, so I loaded him up with some good stuff, and he got he posted a purple and yellow Voltron from Hurt, which was very sick. So yeah, good one.
I'll admit, dude, I don't know what it is, and it's weirdly titillating to me when I see everybody posting their shit that came in, right? Because I'm just trying to imagine, like, you're at work that day, you're not like expecting anything necessarily. You come home, there's a box, oh, open it, it's got the old B to the J on the cover. You're like, oh, yes. you know?
You know what, man? I've been really trying to do like identifying boxes, and unfortunately, I just can't land on anything on Amazon that I can get consistently. So I'll run out and I'll have like these cool, like rainbow looking boxes, and then the next time they'll just be like brown or white. Um, but I
So
started dropping little cards in there and stuff, man. That goes back to the handwriting thing where I can write a little something on there and still exercise my brain a little.
so we didn't go with the original plan where we buy blow up dolls, cut them open, and wrap that around the package. I thought that's how we were sending things.
Those were the first 5 episodes, and then we stopped.
Once we hit YouTube, we realized a whole new demographic, right?
Yeah. Once we tried to get that out of the country in an international order, that didn't fly very well. So, yeah. Oh boy. So for the giveaway tonight, dude, so we're gonna do another gift card, of course, from E2K. And that's what we'll do first. And then on the second round, um, we'll do we'll let somebody pick because we have a lot of stuff, honestly, to go through or that they could pick from. So lots of stuff. One more time, this isn't up for grabs tonight, but I just keep on looking at it, man. So sick. So sick. Eddie.
Secretly, you eat your dinner off that. You can't tell anybody, but you secretly just, that's what you've been using as like your main plate all week.
I'm like, oh, there's some Uncle Spank's hot sauce on there. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Nice, man. That'll be cool, man. I'm excited for somebody to win that shit. Yeah, dude. Those things are not cheap either, too, man. I mean, like they're worth it, dude. It's a chunky piece. But for him to just send that and be like, hey, give this away on the show, it's like, all right.
I went creeping earlier because I was trying to find somebody just bought the 3-pack from him, and they even said they're like, this is like my favorite purchase in a long time.
PK Mates, bro. Yes. I saw that and I was like, I know you paid for that. And I mean, bro, we talked about it when that first came on, dude. Break it down. It's like 4 pieces, right? Including the slab of a backer. And when you break that down, man, I mean, that becomes a very reasonable, worth it piece. But yeah, PK Mates, man, check that one out. That was yeah, they landed a dope one. Ooh. 4 figures and that slab backer for probably like 150, I think is or 150, 175 at the most. But I mean, when he told me that he was going to include figures with it too, I was like, wow, dude. Beautiful work, man. The Druid, bro. I love that Druid story. There's a
I think you know, I don't have that one. No.
The Druid story. So there's that Druid piece. I think there's some debate on who actually did that one first. And there's a backer that goes with it. You'd have to do some research, and I can't remember who the other artist was. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but yeah, there was some stuff going back and forth. And I remember the last time Eddie posted those, he's like, the original, all caps, you know what I mean? And then the other guy was, kind of chirping the same stuff, but it was, yeah, there's a little bit of controversy over that one for whatever reason. I think they're both great. I love Eddie's version of it. The backer that he has on his is actually it's the figure itself, is the backer. And it's super dope, man. I don't think those are around anymore, but, they're really cool. Yeah.
I like that response, but, but
yeah. What my feed keeps getting filled with, dude? It's like, when your feed there's something gets on your like your Reels feed, and either it's a song or like somebody saying something funny, and it's just on these different videos over and over again. The one that I have is the one where there's a kid looking at it going, it's just like, wow, that's really cool. I wish I could get it. And they just kind of shrug their shoulders and walk away. I'm just like, man, you know how many times I do that, like looking through stuff on Instagram, just like, that's really cool. I wish I could get it. And you just keep on thumbing through, man.
I window shop a lot. Unfortunately, if I'm being totally honest, it must have been that once I realized it was like 3 a.m. and I wasn't going to jump right into work mode, that I was browsing through Zametko's page last night, just like, do. Actually, if anything, I know for a fact, we're gonna hop back into tabs here in a second. I don't know if you saw this artist. This one comes from Stormico Station. They launched this my way. Now I know for a fact there's gonna be some people in the chat who love this individual's work. It terrifies me. It hits two things that I'm gonna be totally honest on. One, gore. Two, fabrics. I am weird. I'm weird about fabrics. Even the outside knows fabrics weird me out. But this artist does a bunch of like plushy stuff. There we go. So I had to try and find it here. Got a storm brewing over here. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Is that what that was, dude?
Yeah, that was thunder.
Okay.
You seen these?
That is wild. And I'm talking about the bear.
So I'll admit personally, when he first showed this to me, being me, I'm like, well, I'm not really into the horror part, but I am digging everything that's going on here, like creatively and everything. I was like, I'll pull it up, I'll take a look. Admittedly, she ended up catching me with her friggin' energy, dude. Something about the way this person sells their stuff, I think that hits me more than the work, because she's just fun. I think this artist is fun.
Oh, dude, for sure. Right. Dude, you can tell even with no sound on that, dude, really good energy. And those, like, bro, those are fucking nuts. Those are crazy. Wow. And those have to be all one-offs, I'm sure.
Well, and that's why I didn't want to discredit any of it, because just because it's not my style does not, I know there's gonna be people in the chat that like this.
Oh my God, those are crazy. Wow, dude.
There was one that I believe had these parts used in it, and they were like dangling off of it somewhere. So again, like I feel like there's somebody in the scene that will definitely get a kick out of following their page.
Look at that
work, man. It's wild work.
Look at that, dude. What the hell? It just
creeps me the fuck out, though, unfortunately.
Right.
And some of you guys love being creeped the fuck out. I don't. But I like. I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm shitting, because it's just, how do you say that? It's like, I like this a lot, but it's just not my taste. But I love her energy. I love the creativity. I love the actual, like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's, fuck. Digging a hole.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Fuck.
Yeah, if you guys want, I'm going to share this over here for you guys, for anybody who is interested in those. Otherwise, also number 2. So earlier when you guys saw at the beginning of that, at the beginning of the podcast, there had that figure. Number 2 is actually this Toronto company, a couple of brothers, and I would imagine they'll get more of these out as well. I was even showing this to you earlier, B, man. This sculpt is nuts.
So I'm good,
curious,
dude.
I really want to know if the head turns around in such a way where it looks like it's the moth on the other side, because it's called the Moth Twins. And so I'm so curious to see what the hell that head looks through when it's turned. If this head works with this body.
Yeah.
Damn, beautiful. And Stormico Station actually ended up snagging one of these black ones. He's gonna send it off to get painted off somewhere.
3,500 yen. How much is that in American?
About 35 USD.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And Angry Beast actually still has a couple pieces in here. He's got that Rick Summer Drop. He's got the Craig Summer Drop. And he's also got the Raisin the Dead Summer Drop. All these are going to be in Canadian pricing as well. So I know that last time we were looking at these, Plastic Geek, I believe, chimed in and said they were actually like a quarter of the price that we were pulling up. Rec Shop Resin is what I was talking about earlier. If you guys haven't been over to Rec Shop Resin, they've actually got a bunch of drops happening right now. And of course, like dicks, we haven't liked this post. Sorry about that, man. But all these guys here, 25 shipped in the US. Boom, 20 each shipped in the US. And a bunch of the glow-in-the-dark pile-ups. A set of 3s, nice. 38 shipped in the US. And of course, let's be real, dude.
Oh, that's a dope one. I saw that, dude.
Yo, I'm sorry. That's a compliment, homie. When your page is sitting at 161 followers and Killer Bootlegs leaves some fire on that post, like, I'm sorry, dog.
Yeah.
You fucking, I hope your chin is high today, dude.
Damn. That is dope, man.
Well, and also, if anybody doesn't know, this is half of High Proof Toys, right? So
yeah, you know what, dude? Can you scroll down on their page a little bit? I want to check something out. Oh, so yep, same artist. So that one right there, bro. Yes. I was wondering when I saw the guy with multiple arms, I'm like, man, I wonder if that's the same artist that did that one. And that's exactly the one I was thinking about, dude. That piece is nuts right there, bro. Like, what are we looking at there?
Every time you go from chat window to look at an account tonight, it switches back to the top messages in the chat. Lame-o, keep having to switch it back. On our end, Zymaco, if you don't mind, sorry, man. I'm looking up at the. Oh, is it? I have no idea. Every time you go from the chat window to look at an account tonight, it switches back to the top messages in chat.
Oh, mine's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if it's something in our stream. My apologies, man. Sparkman J81 hanging out in the chat here tonight. I believe might have been also one of the artists who was participating in the Ocean charity event originally. They ended up chiming in, letting us know that they actually do a bunch of 3.75 work.
Oh, sick.
Oh,
Nice.
So definitely, man, if you're still hanging out in the chat, please fill us in a little bit more. Otherwise, I'm going to creep your page. Digital creator, toy collector, and toy creator 3D designer. Cults 3D, nice.
Dope, man.
2 phones. Okay.
Is Cameron Dudek an artist too? I see Cameron Dudek in here. Is that an artist?
Yeah, thanks, man. I know that Stormico mentioned that they suggested they pop in. Let's take a little look. And, well, we're going to creep you. Maybe. Nope. Well, we tried to creep you.
Yeah.
This is how we do. We're fucking weirdos. No, sorry about that, dude. Sasmac Toy. So definitely, if you guys aren't following Sasmac, yeah, okay. SKC Sparkman, man. I'm gonna pop back into your page in one quick second here. I'm gonna pop this here. Boom, 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 boom. There's a link for SAS Mask if somebody's not familiar. B and I think would both agree the pricing on his stuff is usually fucking insane. 15 each, flat rate, standard track, 10 each for those 3 imperfect mentions. So all these guys here, these dropped right now or these dropping tomorrow? No, these are available now. So if you guys haven't had a chance yet, remember SAS Max, take a little peek at some of that love. Dude, everything on your page is available right now, correct, SAS Mask? And boom, boom. What was I just doing right before this? No, I need. Sorry about this, guys. Running on slow brain apparently right now. SKC. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna pull up your page real quick again. Because if you don't mind, I'm just a basic level brand human and I didn't quite understand everything that we were looking at. Do you currently 3D print the pieces that are on your page? I understand some of these might be ones you've collected as well. But I'd love to know if some of these ones that you have here, like if they've been printed yet, and if not, if there's something that we could see in the future, or if I'm missing anything. I just don't want to be missing anything at all. And SAS Mask says mostly all available right now. So I'm gonna try right open. So if you don't mind, man, I'm gonna pause it right there.
Yeah.
And kind of wait because I'm curious now. Now you've piqued my interest. In the meantime, you want to do a spin for the E2K gift card? Get one of those out of the way.
Yes, let's do that, man. E2K gift card coming up for somebody. Keep in mind there is TD Bean pieces. There's going to be a drop on those on Saturday. You'll have to check out his page or E2K's page to see exactly what time that is. But check it out, man. Some rad shit, man.
Newer, do you mind just quickly giving them maybe a little rundown of how the E2 gift card is going to be working?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So E2K gift card. It's $25. It's going to be delivered digitally. So, I mean, all you got to do is send me your email address. And then I basically hit up Dustin, give him the email address, and he sends it right over to you. So that's how that works, man. And there is a ton of stuff in there. There's always new stuff in there. There's pieces, there's apparel, there's stickers, there's cards, there's prints, all kinds of good stuff in there, man. So have fun looking around and picking something out. But like I said, TD Bean pieces are reloaded on Saturday, and there's a ton of them. If you check out that reel, there's just some rad look. I mean, TD Bean delivers every freaking time, right? But there's some really cool shit coming to the store. So check it out. Get yourself something nice. Period. Or you just double checking there?
Yeah, I'm just doing a little scan through, also making sure.
Nice.
SKC, yeah, dude, I'll definitely pull up your page again, then I'll make sure to copy and paste it over. And Evil Wing, I don't know if we already asked you once tonight, and I'm really, really sorry if I missed it. But if you also have a maker name that you'd like us to check out, please feel free to drop it in the chat, and we'll try and pull that up as well.
Did you get strafe?
No, thank you, Stripe Seven Man. Thank you very, very much, and
Strafe.
good catch on that B, dude. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, I only
Stripe
caught it
Man.
because he said. I only caught it because he said something.
I was chatting with Uncle Spank, and he was sharing some of his collection with me the other day. Dude, his Strife collection is stupid. Stupid, homie. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice,
Strife knows.
nice.
Yeah, we'll have to get Uncle Spank in here one of these days and force him to show that collection off. If
Yeah, for
anybody
sure.
currently watching doesn't see their name on the wheel, please just let us know. We are running on a bit of like a minute to 2 minute delay, so it does take us a second to necessarily catch it, but I will try and throw you on there as soon as I see it.
Um, shoot, man, you just said something, and I was going to comment on it, and I forgot. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier, I did see Pocket Salsa mention the Fantasy Football League that we were trying to start. That honestly is going horribly. And we have like 4 people. I will not play in a league with less than 10 people. So unless that gets going in the next couple of weeks, that's probably going to be more of a pipe dream than anything. If you would like to join a fantasy football league, if you're into that, let me know. Let's get it rolling. If not, let's just talk toys. Cool with that too.
I've never talked toys before in my entire life.
Oh, Evil Wing is attempts were made. Nice. Attempts were
Which-
made. Very cool, man. Nice to see you. I've seen you a lot online. Very nice.
All right, nobody's chiming in that they're missing from that wheel, so we're gonna spin it, dude.
Boom. Let's do it.
Yo, that's what's up. That's hilarious.
Carolina Cool Triple C. Triple C.
The wheel heard him earlier saying that this is gonna be his first online show with the psychedelic show, and it was kind of like, well, you know what? You're gonna need a good ass toy cinch your way to make you feel good and ready for that show.
Yeah, dude. First online show. I think I don't know why, but I feel like I'm surprised by that. I thought that he had done an online show before, but then I'm starting to think about like inaction, assembly required, that kind of stuff. That's all. Those were all in-person shows. Who ended up doing sales online, but not a online show per se.
Is Domo Arigato going to be shotgun karaoke? AKA All Out Domo?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have a spectacular package coming from Shotgun Karaoke, by the way. All the way from Finland. That'll be cool.
Dude, I know you've said before that their shipping is wild and annoying with that for sure. So,
bro, like I said, man, anybody who's mailed stuff out internationally knows that there is a select list of countries on the list, right? Where it doesn't matter if you send them a pen or if you send them this, they're going to have to pay a minimum of $50 to pick that up. And it sucks, man, because when you're trying to send them something, you're like, hey, man, you won and I'm going to send you something, or there's a piece that I want to send you. And then they're like, oh, cool. You're basically just sending me like a bill for $50 that if I want this, I'm going to have to go and pay $50 to get it. So that's when we start kind of bartering, right? Of like, hey, well, why don't you, do you have anything that I could buy to kind of offset that? And then that kind of lessens the burden for everybody. But
the dirty old freaking shipping guy, man. That dirty old
Domo
shipping
is
guy.
Domo is SGK. What's up, dog? Shotgun Karaoke, man. If you guys haven't followed that account, please go check it out. Just made some super clean pieces, some really cool droids. Man, love that guy. Love that account, man. Some really cool shit, dude. I cannot wait to get that. I have a spot saved for the pieces that I'm going to get for him because they're all ready to go on display, which is exciting. But check that out, man. Shotgun Karaoke in Finland. Damn, he says 6 a.m. gang. At a kid. Very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright, dude. I'm gonna roll up the sleeve
Porpoise,
for a
take it easy,
second.
bro. Yeah. What you got?
Tabbies, fly through these next ones.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking
Let's
fly
do
through
it.
these next ones.
And then we need to pick a giveaway, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do a couple more tabs. We'll slide back over to a giveaway maybe and tab out.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Porpoise.
Pocket Salsa's not kidding. He is a scholar. If anything, I believe that he was working on a thesis paper regarding bootleg toys and the culture around them. If you guys are not familiar with Elixir Toys, we were actually talking about their thick gusting figures last week. This month is going to be the Tuscarian Safubi figure. This thing looks like a chonky beast, man.
I love that, dude. And you know what, man? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you were talking earlier about having a piece and then like saying, "Hey, this is my work in process," and then saying, "Hey, look, it's made." I think this guy did the exact same thing, right? Because we saw this and it was like there was some concept, and we're like, "Oh, that'd be pretty cool." Well, I'm shit, bro. It seemed like it was like a week later. It's like, bam, here it is. What do you think? And I'm like, well, there's no way he got that pulled and back to him in that amount of time. But I think he had some stuff kind of built up and was like, hey, it's time to release this thing. Let's go. Which is very cool. That's a dope piece for anybody who collects vinyl. Not me, some friends I know.
You know, this is one of those pieces, and Elixir Toys does this well, actually. And this is something that vinyl guys do, like people do in general. If we remember his first ever drop of the thick gusting, they sold out almost instantly. But then we started seeing Kachina had five, and so had five, and
Mm.
so had five. And before you know it, we're seeing all these crazy fucking one-offs painted up by these artists on a figure that is apparently sold out, right? We couldn't get the blanks anymore. He had sold out of the blanks. Now they're getting painted up by a bunch of other people in the scene. This is a very popular vinyl thing. I think that's what I'm probably most excited about with this Tuscarian. Yes, it's gorgeous as a blank. I'd have fun painting it, but I'd also love to see whoever paints this, man. Anybody who paints this sculpt,
Mm.
like for anybody who paints in the chat, look at all these fun areas to paint. Not to mention how fun that blue vinyl would be as a base color. Mm.
Yeah. Um, Jaswith says it's a blue Wilford Brimley.
Oh,
That's very good. But you're right, man. I think that blue base on that would be really sick.
dude,
Um,
this artist was one that was going to be in that ocean show. We've talked about
yes,
Safubi having
Akame.
weird following sizes sometimes. $7.99. Look at this shit. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, really reminds me of Figure X. Figure X had a piece called Mr. X. And oh, bro, what is that? What are we looking at here?
I don't know, but it's got a hostility meter, and I'm stoked on that. Not that
Oh
I'm a
man,
hostile person.
that's great, dude. And is that vinyl?
This looks to me like it might be vinyl with something on inside that would be resin. It could, I don't know. I don't want to say there's resin in resin.
Ooh,
Maybe.
Stormico, good call, dude. Topher, Stormico says, I want a Topher Toys Bloodbath Tuscarian. I don't know if you've ever seen Topher Toys Bloodbath colorway that he does, but it is sick. And that in the Tuscarian, I agree, Stormico. That would be amazing. Yeah.
Yo,
Ooh, I love
bro.
that, dude. What is that? Dude, Akame, what?
799 followers. What is going on?
Dude, I almost thought you were going to say $799. I'm just like, I don't know. Probably not in the market for that. But dude, yeah, those are great, man.
What
Resin?
the? No,
No,
this is
vinyl.
all urban vinyl.
Yeah.
Designer figures. Damn, dude.
Yeah, very nice, dude.
Like, what are we looking at here?
They said something about their logo on their bio. They said the
Oh,
symbol
robot,
means
yes.
something. Yeah.
Okay, why do we all love robots so fucking much? What's wrong with us?
Because I mean, when you think about it, you know, we live in a very robot. I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? Some of us are robots.
We all feel like a bunch of cold, emotionless robots that are just trying not to hate life
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. At times. At times. Shotgun Gary, bro, look at those. The color combos, amazing. They look super clean.
Really clean on the job, dude. He's come like, and no disrespect when I say it, but you have come a long way with your cast, dude. They look gorgeous. Yo, I forgot Shotgun Karaoke won this whole set in that giveaway, dude. Check out, okay, because it's probably very rare we get to see all three of them together. What a sick fucking set together, man.
Yeah, 100%, dude. It's super sick. And you know what, dude? If I remember correctly, Shotgun Karaoke, I had something for him. It was these little enamel GI Joe pins, and I sent them over to um Zimico, and I think he sent them there for me. So I appreciate that, man. That was very cool of you. But yeah, what a great freaking win on that, man. Awesome.
If you guys don't know, low tier toys is stocking up for an August drop this weekend. So that's going to be on the 5th, 6th. Also, you know what? It might not be my place to say it, but you guys might notice that Mecha Ducky's not in the chat right now, and he is going through a health procedure. And I would say, knowing
Hmm.
Mecha Ducky, if any of you guys felt like you know them enough to just bombard them randomly with hilarious memes or hilarious pictures of things, I know that that dude would probably really fucking love that shit right now. So if any of you guys for some reason love Mecha Ducky and would like to fire him some laughs, I think he'd probably really enjoy that. Boom. Dude. Oh, and dude, you've already got stickers for these fuckers? What's wrong with you, Zymaco? Do you ever stop, dude? You just made them.
Bro, that's what blows me away about him. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that blows me away about him, but when you get stickers that are stickers of the piece, and the thing is, I think he makes his own stickers too, man. I think we talked about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, because he said that he sells some stuff, he buys some stuff, and then he has to use that stuff to basically warrant why he has it to his partner. So that's why when he gets the printer, he's like, I have to have this to print stickers. And then he's gonna make dope ass stickers. But a lot dropping tomorrow. These guys, 10 bones, beautiful insects. They are beautiful insects, man.
Those are sick, man.
And how does
Ten
he do it?
bucks.
And all at the same time. Like, okay, let's try and put this in perspective for a second. This week, this dude has literally busted out a shit ton of these, the weird Jesus riding on children. He has busted out like a bajillion of these pretty insects or beautiful insects. He's busted out like 5 of these fucking bottles with the animal with the ape inside. He's never ending, man. The dude is just always doing something. It's insane to me. And then like what's wild is you go to his store, and his store is stocked right now. That it's like, guys, like personally, there's things in there that shouldn't be sitting there. Like, what are we talking about, dude?
Mm-hmm.
And like why? Why are these still chilling?
And look what he says, dude. 33 pieces in this week's drop. That's it.
Like, dude, you've been just really pushing your like. I don't know if you think that, but I think in your experimentations lately, you're pushing your boundary. Like, it's dope, dude.
Yeah, straight up,
Like,
man.
this is fucking dope. How is this not gone? Astroape living hard on Planet of the Orbs. Yeah, every single one of us. Fuck, man. Yeah, Zyma, dude, your work is something else.
That's another
True
good one right
Gaming,
there. Mm.
Blind Earth Productions. I hope everybody. I'm just gonna. This is gonna be one of these ones, guys. This is happening because I would hope that you guys would fucking get on this. Also, if you didn't catch it, and maybe I'm too late, Zamiko, make sure if I'm late to the party, let me know. But he does have a giveaway on a Facebook group. If any of you follow that Facebook group, this guy here giving away this prototype bottle ape in the Facebook group this week. Link in profile. It actually came out really good, but I decided to switch to epoxy resin, and the other ones dropping Friday are much more clear, so it goes for free. So I'm gonna post it there in case. Head on over to their Facebook. Make sure you're on that. Drew Baby though is doing also a giveaway with this guy here, a one-of-one custom painted glow in the dark Moon King, made and ever to be produced, packed in. I was wondering about this now. Somebody in the chat chime in if you know. B if you know. Why is this going to be the only one of one custom painted glow in the dark Moon King? Are we getting no other painted Moon Kings? What is going on here?
Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. Honestly, I honestly thought that there was other. There's been so many of those Moon Kings like that. I mean, is that painted?
Yes, but it's not on a glow in the dark. UV reactive space
Ah,
puke.
I see. I gotcha. Okay. So we're
I'm
very
liking this.
specific on what that is then. Okay.
I'm liking this sculpt, man.
Oh, sick. Then there was a lot of them in the shop. I don't know if they're all sold now or what, but yeah, they I saw this little video there. I thought this was funny.
I forgot about the Sliz Nuggets for a second. Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
the pearlescents are in right now, dude. Look at that shimmer shine pearly gold on that pink. So yes, please head on over to there. And if anything, I know that we've actually Kylo. I see you hanging out. Boom. Yep. Because, dudes, if you guys haven't gotten on these, they like every single time they're making them right now, they're flying off the shelf. I don't know if anybody's familiar with like the actual like designer toy like minis, but obviously Kilo, dude, good on you riding that wave right now, crushing it, homie. And I'm loving seeing
Dude,
more
that
of
is
these.
yeah, that's great, man, with the flower on the head, but the pour on that one too. Man, there's that iridescent again that we were talking about, dude. Super, super cool.
When like okay, so I'm a weirdo, and so somebody like Fret Brett, right? Like they're probably not somebody who's typically sitting around in our audience watching this shit. They own this one, and I love that. I love that it wasn't somebody watching Toys Alive that ended up scooping it. It's somebody that just loved that sculpt, loved that piece, needed it. That's sick to me, man. I'm glad to see that like I'm glad to see that they're in homes of dudes that we know that hang out here as well. But it's nice to me to know as well that like in that first drop, one of the first couple, somebody who actually just really fucking digs that sculpt got it as well. And I believe we
Yeah.
might have gotten a couple of your I'm not gonna get the name right. You guys know what this designer toy is, but the Partly Sunnies. He ended up getting, I believe, a couple of the Partly Sunnies in there as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I think this ended up selling out like fast, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
those are cool, man. I dig those. Um, Ocular Rhombus, 1,000 followers. Congratulations, my dude.
Yes, congratulations, and I'm glad that you just brought that up because I believe Ocular Rhombus just dropped some fucking heat, if I'm not mistaken, too. Dude, you've got one with this piece on there as well. This cape,
Yes.
that like black
Yes.
white snakeskin.
Yes. Yeah, very nice.
Now is
Ooh,
that a Bobadrock head?
dude, it might be. Good pull. Um, it might be.
Gorgeous
I
figure,
think
regardless. Ocular man.
I have a Baba Drop piece with that head on it now that I think about it and I'm looking at it across the room. Yes, it is the same.
Look at this
And
fucking loser. He thinks the cape is sick too. Too bad. You don't know anything about toys. You don't even toy.
ooh, look at me. This cape is sick. Yeah.
I see cool toys sometimes. Hey, look at me. I like Bobadrock.
Uh,
And well, there you have it. Bobadrock head. Rocking it hard.
yeah, nice, man. Very cool.
Mate. Montreal. Canadian homies. Dude,
No,
okay,
that's
so
interesting.
interesting and so smooth that I'll admit, of course, my brain naturally was kind of like, yeah, okay, 3D printed figure. No, no, look it. Why?
Wow, dude. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised, dude. I thought that was definitely a 3D printed figure for sure.
Clean casts, dog. Look how fun these stupid things are. Why is this so fun?
Yeah.
It's like if somebody took green plastic tunnels and forced them into a computer.
Serious, man. Oh, yeah, those are crazy, dude.
Like, and what's trippy is a lot of it. If I scroll up the top, I'm pretty sure it just says like
Mm.
I create new character out of circles, Toy Design Montreal, Canada. But like even this one, learning to work with silicone and resin. No, you're doing good, dude. You're not still like maybe you are still playing around figuring it all out exactly, but like you're doing good. Damn, dude, these toy makers these days. Attempts were made. Oh shit, dude. Here's
Oh,
my attempts for this month's robot challenge. Draw me a robot in Spacefish Army. Yes, we like robots too. Sharks are also cool. Are we all seven still?
Dude, that was great. That was what was that for now? Was that for a show? Robot challenge.
I believe it's probably like an Instagram posting challenge.
Okay.
Kicking off Shark Week with Roaches and Shark Sculpt, Steampunk Shark Bot. Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah, it
wondering
is.
if
It is Shark
draw me
Week,
a
or maybe I
robot in
think.
Space Fish Army.
Yeah.
Well, now I have to click the links. Apparel clothing, okay. And draw me a robot is. Ooh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yo.
Oh, that's
Also, I'm
cool.
sorry. Aren't Peeps fucking delicious? That's like, because I mean, it's been a while. April is a while back. Peeps are so good.
Yeah, dude. I know somebody who's they have a family member who collects peeps. If you can believe that. That's actually a thing. Attempts were made. Yeah, dude. That's sick, dude. That shark reminds me of the shark on Shark Bites. Those fruit snacks, dude. You remember those? That looks like the shark from Shark Bites.
Whenever that weird ass bill passed, the candy had to be somewhat healthy and you couldn't use bullshit anymore and had to use real fruit flavors, they ruined the candy industry, man.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
remember
lame. What are you guys doing up there?
So Delicious? Do you remember So Delicious?
So delicious. That sounds familiar. What is that? Is that
It was,
candy?
yeah, it was a Betty Crocker little fucking lunch pack snack, and they would all be shaped like different mugs and like little bottle tops. And like for whatever reason, if you bit the foam off the root beer, it kind of did taste different than the actual. Anyway,
Yeah.
so delicious. I've signed that petition multiple times. Bring them back. Bring them back. Bring them back.
And what Canada said, no, you can't do that.
It's not even just Canada. I'm pretty sure. Chime in if you guys would like, but I'm pretty sure that fucking So Delicious just don't exist.
Nah, we
Oh
wouldn't want
snap!
to take away stuff like that. But other things that are way worse for you, those things are completely fine, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
This is always fun to me, man. I like this state. I really do enjoy seeing process shots like that, and it helps my stupid little brain when then I see this.
Oh, yeah, dude. Those are very cool.
Attempts were made, dude. I love the documentation you've done on here.
Yeah.
Shock
Really cool
hearts.
sculpts, dude. Shock hearts. Yes. I was gonna say, man, we haven't talked about that in a while. Good call. Worst villain
The
ever. Yes.
PTSD bells start rhyming off.
Oh man, shock hearts. Don't. Oh man. Yeah, we've talked at
Damn.
length about those.
All right, we're gonna have to have like a robot week. Fuck Shark Week, Robot Week, where we just try and find all the
That's
cool
sick.
robots out there.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, excellent work, man. And again, I'm really liking the documentation. I'm also really liking Sparkman. Dude, it's always nice seeing new people in the game doing different things, and it's nice seeing what that looks like with new resin printers and shit. Drew, boom, there we go. Ultra Blue Kaiju, that's because I thought he had grabbed it, but it was PK Mates. I don't know if we went over to the Vicious Toys. I believe we did, and otherwise, yeah, that's it. We got tabs covered. Fuck yeah.
Nice, dude. Whew. Nice round of tabs there, dude. Good job.
I am so sorry for you guys at home. Dude, every time we do that, I feel like I'm back in my lecture halls for fucking art history, just looking at slide after slide of fucking like, this artist made this in this year, and it's important because of this, and you're sitting there being like, yeah, I'm writing down what I think's important. Hopefully, I retain some of this, because
Yeah. Here's something that's off topic. Do you guys have churros up there? I'm sure you do.
okay, feel free to judge away if you guys would like, because I don't know how this has happened. I have never had a churro, but I fantasize about them, and they're easily accessible. Literally, the Dufferin subway station has a little tiny like shop with a takeout window that sells churros. And even when I lived with Peter and Amanda, I told them one time, like, oh fuck, dude, like I hear about churros on American television. I don't know what they are. Is it like I need to know? Like I want to know the mouth feel. I want to know the taste. Like all of it. And somehow I just haven't gone out of my way to go and get one. Are they delicious?
Yeah. I mean, yes, is the short answer.
Is it like a
Yes.
fried honey cruller on a like, but in stick form?
Yeah, kinda. They're so good, dude. Um, what's really cool, dude, is I don't really like pushing Disneyland or anything like that, dude. But Disneyland, there's like different churros in different parts of the parks out there, and they're always really good. But the reason I brought those up is because we were talking about bring back shock tarts and whatnot. One thing that I did buy recently is a churro. Do you know what an Itsit is? Do you guys have Itsit up there? So an Itsit is basically like it's like a cookie ice cream sandwich, right? So cookie on the top, cookie on the bottom, ice cream in the middle, dipped in chocolate is usually how that goes, right? And there's very few flavors. There's chocolate, vanilla, coffee, mint chip, and there might be another one or two. But anyways, I found some the other day and they were churro flavored. So it's like a churro cookie on top, churro cookie on bottom, cinnamon churro cookie flavored ice cream, not made by Itsit. Here's a fun fact about Itsit. Itsit, the factory, is right here in Sassoon, California, which is about 10 minutes down the road. They have another factory in San Francisco. Family-owned company, been around for a long time. The two sons own it, I believe, who live in Fairfield, which is just the next city over. When I was in a different line of work, they were customers. Great people, but Itsit, man, go find those if you're I think that might be more of a regional thing, but super good, man. Yes, Baba Drock love mint Itsits, dude. So this is funny, bro. So the business that I used to be in was like commercial style roll up doors and gates and whatnot. And in Itsits factory in Sassoon, they would hire these guys and they would run into the roll up door with their forklift like once a week. We'd go out there, we'd send a service guy out there, whatever, to repair it, right? And they have a storefront there too, where you can buy Itsits in bulk and stuff. And dude, they would just bring in just boxes full of Itsits. And Big Daddy's is another one. It's like a giant size Itsit. And they would just bring them into us. I'm like, here you go. Anyways, long story of nothing there.
So I got two things. One, I believe what Stormico Station is referring to, it's got a special name for it, but essentially it has like a dome over it. And what it does, it takes the image that's here, you have a dome, and then you put a piece of like clear plastic dead center of that dome, and it basically projects the image up above it. And it's got a special name, but it's like a mirrored image. It used to be used for like old magic tricks and shit. And then, weird little story time, just based off your little story there. So no, I've never had a churros, and I definitely have never had an It's. But probably one of my favorite stoner memories of all time is when my parents lived in North Bay. There was a little crescent, right? So it was basically two crescents off of one main street. And I could actually basically just like cut through my parents' backyard into my buddy's backyard and be at his back door. And of course, that buddy was a huge pothead, so I'd always slide over there and we'd smoke weed in his basement, and I'd come back home. I shit you not, this one day my parents had no idea I smoked weed. I come in the door and my mother is frantically in the kitchen, and she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, thank heavens you're home. I'm making homemade ice cream sandwiches, and I don't have any more room in my freezer. And I need you to eat this plate of homemade cookies with ice cream in the middle." And I'm literally sitting there just ripped out of my brain, just like, okay. I just got handed a plate of homemade baked cookies with ice cream between it. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, I don't know how they did.
She's like, boy, you are
day,
hungry.
She called me downstairs to the kitchen, and I'm standing there, and I shit you not, I burp, and this huge cloud of smoke pops out, and my eyes are wide. I'm like, oh, fuck. How do you get out of this? And somehow she just keeps on just going as this like cloud just like sliding over the fucking table. You're just like, jeez Louise, lady.
Oh, man. Well, you made it through that one. Yeah, made it through that one. What do we got left, man? We got one more giveaway left?
I think we've got one more giveaway left to do, and then we can send these yahoos home. Oh, no, I don't want to send them home yet. I want to make sure we touch on this because I know neither one of us like this maker or their work and think that they're not very talented, but other people might like their work, so.
That's true. That's true. As I'm looking at a wall full of Baba Drock stuff in this room. Oh, man. Oh, dang it. Yeah, dude.
Another one who's somehow just always making. And any of you guys who hold down a family or a homestead at the same time as doing this shit, man, like kudos to you guys all the time. I looked this up. We didn't know it up the first day, so I had to look it up. Tanuki walks are basically like a raccoon-looking dog. So there you go. I,
Yeah.
I had, sorry, not Tanuki walks. Sorry, his, because they're
Right.
Ewoks. Yes, but I know the first time we looked at them, we were kind of like, we're missing something here about what's happening. So I did have to look it up. I needed to know. So yeah, dude. And man, also let's not forget, he often does handmade backer stuff. Like these are often handmade images that he's done as well.
Yeah. Right.
Talented scene, homie. But
Mm.
yes, then otherwise, very exotic. Solana, that will
Um,
be my new band name.
so let's pick a couple things that we could use for giveaways tonight. Let's see. Let's see. Here's, you know what? Maybe we'll give this away just because I've had it for a little while and I know he's been chilling in the room. This is a dope one, dude. Very nice. Pocket salsa. How about we give that away? That is sick.
Dude, so this is what I really like about the toy scene these days. I would say when we came in, a lot of artists weren't necessarily maybe comfortable with reaching out to one another right away and like sparking connections, networks, collaborations. That came to Pocket Salsa in an idea and a dream which he drew out, which Bootleg Toy Co. made into a toy, which has been painted up by Kachina Kachina, which has been painted up by Pocket Salsa. You know what I mean? Like that's a sick piece, man. That is a fucking sick piece. And yeah.
How's that for timing, dude? Right as I was showing that, he was saying, did you guys ever give away the mother of dreams? Yes, right now, my friend. And we're taking your name off the wheel because I don't want to send this back to you, even though I know you want it.
I was just about to say, like, if anything, that kind of, I wonder if he's sitting there now being like, well, shit. Now I'm off the wheel.
Yeah. Dope piece, dude. Yeah. Really
Man,
cool.
Pocket Salsa, I feel, because we say his name a lot here, but I do feel he's still pretty underrated in the scene, unfortunately, in my opinion, given how much work he's actually done in a short period of time.
Yeah. And I saw his comment in there. Yeah, he's right behind he's right behind Ocular on his way to 1,000 followers. And I think like you said, in a short amount of time, he's made a lot of pieces. But they're always really, really good pieces, man. And if you talk to Pocket Salsa, he is a super smart artist, man. Like we've talked about some stuff, and I'm just like, oh, bro, that's a phenomenal idea, you know. But super versatile too. Like if you look at his body of work, even from the art, like I've gotten a couple pieces from him of art, just hand drawn art that's kind of thrown in the box, and that is super sick too. So another, artist that's like super dope in a multitude of things. Really cool.
Oh,
Dylan
double
Clement.
check, man. I would also say with Pocket Salsa, and this is no disrespect, and maybe I'm off the mark, man. Feel free to give me the middle finger. Notice how he's not the tooth guy anymore. I feel as though he very quickly removed that from his own. Like he did not pigeonhole himself. He did not allow anybody to pigeonhole him. Yes, he was playing with teeth. Yes, he enjoys that aesthetic. No, that's not all he can fucking do. Allow him to show you all the other things he can actually bust out. Like, good on him. I don't see you, Dylan, so thank you very much for chiming in, homie. Apologies.
But you're right, dude. I agree, man, about the teeth. And that's something that we talked about as well, where it's one of those things where a lot of people, no, that's not true. Opposite of that. Some people dig it, some people absolutely hate it, and I think when he saw that writing on the wall, I don't want to say he abandoned that, but he has a lot of other pieces that are just super dope, dude. And that is very cool because we have seen other people in this scene do exactly what you just said, dude. Pigeonhole themselves into one certain style and then get frustrated when people don't buy it, and then it's just like, here's the wall and here's the head, you know what I mean? And it's like,
I
it
know this
just doesn't
one
it doesn't
dude.
stop. Yeah.
There's this one maker who's so talented, and yet the reality is that I bet you if you asked them if they wanted to make Swamp Things forever, they'll say no.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And it's, and I think that for the most part, a lot of the people out here have a signature piece, right? Or a signature figure that they do or something like that. But at some point, unless you got, like an incredible banger that sells out every single time, and a lot of them for you just keep doing it. I mean, you gotta switch it up a little bit. And it's very cool to still have that one identifiable piece or style. But variety is the spice of life, man. Mix it up a little bit. Western Goods, what you doing, dog? What's up, Mike?
Alrighty. Anybody with their head down? We've got Titty Bean, Cameron, Mr. Ordinary, Lindsay Ratboy, Worsville, Another Islamic Host, Mike Stratford, Uncle Spank, Rex Drop, Resin, Stormical Station, Dylan Clement, Folklorian, Evil Wing, Bootleg Toyco, Jazz Wizard, Rambo Kiss, Suki, Meh, Yakamuk, Brett Porpoise, Fletcher Sandvik, Carolina Cool Cat, Sparkman Custom Creations, Colin Hasbin, Baba Drox, Sass Mac Toy, Von Fake Name, Street Fight SPDX, Kyle Kerwin, Weston Harris, Kilo Flow, Nim, Resin Blood, Rodomar Arigato, Post Receptor, Ocular Rhombus, Toys on Tap, Death and Strawberries, Drew, Strafe 7, Skyjacks, and Western Goods. If you do not hear your name called for that lovely pocket salsa, Mother of Dreams piece, please chime in. But I'd be surprised at this point. And dude, you know what? I'm sorry, man, we're killing it. Like, I think Worst Villain never said it earlier. We're flying through this show. You and I know, idealistically, we'd like it to always be about that 2.5 hours. When we creep into the 3,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, the moment we
Yeah.
pass 3 hours and 30 minutes, I start sweating. There's no
For sure,
reason.
man. Yeah. And I think every time we look at it I look at the final time and then I think like, man, if I just, shut my mouth probably 10 minutes earlier, 3 different times, that's 30 minutes that we're taking off the show.
Let's be
Anyways.
real here, man. If we're gonna say who ends up fucking running their mouths, it's like a 70-30. I don't shut the fuck up.
You know what, dude? I think we both switch off on that very well. Like sometimes we both kind of just go off on rants and it's always good stuff. You know what I mean? But that's just how it goes, dude. I sometimes I think that one night a week is not enough. You know what I mean? For us to get through everything. Wait, can you imagine that, bro? Can you imagine doing 2 shows a week? Fuck. Dude, that last week of the month where I'm doing the back-to-back, the Thursday show and then the Friday bootleg market. I got to tell you, bro, my brain is mush by the end of that Friday night. I'm just like, I'm unplugging and going away until next Thursday night. Anyways, I don't even know why I said that. Spin that wheel, baby.
Jazz Wizard, bro. You are not allowed to say that you're not the community perv if you keep making comments like that. Damn, that's what's up. Kyle Kerwin. And actually, you know what? We haven't brought up Kyle Kerwin's page in a bit. Congratulations, Kyle Kerwin. Why don't you show him when he won, and then I'm going to show them Kyle Kerwin's work.
Mother of Dreams, right there, man, from Pocket Salsa. And this was a collab with Bootleg Toyco, which is another fantastic account. Bootleg Toyco, check out that one. But this is a Pocket Salsa Mother of Dreams. Sick piece, man. Really cool work. I'm sure it can be painted. There is a few different versions of these out there. But yeah, man, Kyle Kerwin, congrats and enjoy, my friend. Please hit me up with your address. I will get that in the mail for you this weekend. Sweet. Congrats, dog.
And I know Kyle Kerwin watches quite often, and I believe, I don't want to make any assumptions actually, I believe they're normally in another similar vicinity of somebody else who also watches the show with them. No clue the relation, but I know we've discussed their last name and the pronunciation of it before. This is Kyle Kerwin's work. He has a lot of different work. It is not just those, but a lot of times you're going to see these sick-ass blossoms. Boom. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking collection of pieces, man.
I
feel like such a noob. The first episode they popped in, and then you go over their page, and you realize how much work they've put out, and in how many different scenes and stuff, and you're like, why am I an idiot?
Yeah, dude, those are dope, man. That's I like that little character right there, man. A bunch of different flavors in that one too. But yeah, Kyle Kerwin, dude, I love the little videos that he does too. He does a lot of little reels about either like kind of how-to stuff or just some other kind of random stuff, but it's always toy related. So
And
really
some
cool.
are actually so fucking good, man, and so simple. Like there was one he had, I believe it was his shop vac taped to his Dremel or something. I don't know. Watch his page. Check out his shit. Here he's heating up pizza with a heat gun. That's some smart shit. What are you guys doing? You're missing out on good tips like this. Jokes
Um,
aside, it has some actually really good, useful tips that even myself as a creative have definitely had moments where I'm like, crap, yeah, that's simple and useful. It's only common sense, but it's common to you. So when somebody shows you something simple and useful, locked.
dude, that was the exact gist of the writing thing that I did yesterday. Simple and informative. That's messaging. That's what messaging needs to be. Simple and informative. Let
And
me
that's
go.
why all my buddies call me Comes Blunt. Simple, informative. I came.
Oh man.
You know what happened?
Yes, I do know that. I do know that. So next week, what are we doing next week? So next week I'll be in Chicago. I don't really know what we're doing next week. There's something I'm trying to hook up for next week. We talked about it a little bit. I don't want to say it
Yes.
again because I haven't reached out to them yet, and I feel like a
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
dick for doing it. But
Hey,
uh,
whatever.
yeah.
I need to know, and because I don't know, what's like the eats in Chi-Town? What's like is pizza like the thing? What do you eat when you're in Chicago?
Well, I know like deep dish pizza is a thing. Hot dogs are a thing. Um, I don't know. I'm leaving it honestly up to Vomit. We talked today, and I sent him a map of where I'm staying. This dude works like 3 blocks away, bro. And I think I'm getting in. I actually found a direct flight from Sacramento. Thank God. So I don't have to have a layover anywhere, but I'm going to get there way early, dude. I don't think I can check into like 4. I think I'm going to roll in about 11 or 12 their time. So who knows, dude? I may walk down to his work and just fucking walk in the front door and be like, what's up, dog?
Ask him
It'll be fun though.
about. I'm trying to remember the exact photograph. I'm gonna have to bug him about it now. I think it's Kirsten Dunst. Ask him to show you any of the Kirsten Dunst drops. There is this weird website that Vomiting Droids, of course, of all fucking people, it's gonna be Vomiting Droids that shares it with you. But basically, this website is somebody who collects Bizarre's collections. This whole thing is literally an online database that keeps track of weird phenomena that kind of exist out there that other people collect. And one of them happens to be that Vomiting Droids has noticed that in Chicago, somebody leaves like these Kirsten Dunst stickers in various places, such as like one of those news things that you'd pull out a paper from. And it'll always be like a clipping of her, to the point that Vomiting Droids has now started collecting photographs of these images of Kirsten Dunst left around and uploading them to this database of weird phenomena that happen that people collect. So bug him about that.
That
With
is
his
funny, dude.
and visit Toy de Jour while you're there. If you get a
Oh,
chance, try and hit up Rotafugi. Rotafugi's actually there as well. Oh, dude,
nice.
yeah, good snag on that pocket salsa.
Yeah.
I
Weston
think
Harris
we
says he's got some recommendations. I will take those as well. Very, yeah, Toy de Jour, very cool. Fuck, I forgot about them, man. Actually, I mean, I didn't forget about them, forgot about them being in Chicago. So yeah, anyways, man, that should be fun. Got a lot of downtime out there. And so I'll be looking for something to do. So yeah, thank you. Anybody who has recommendations for Chi-Town, let me know. You know what, dude? I really wanted to go see a baseball game, and the one day that I have available for a baseball game is on Thursday, and the White Sox and the Cubs both don't play that day. Imagine that.
I feel bad, but I actually don't even know what that means.
That's completely fine. And you know what? I realized that earlier when I was talking about baseball. I had to put the baseball references in there. I'm just like, oh, dude, this is straight up this is a different dialect to Crumbs. He's just like, yeah, don't know. Tony Gwynn, never heard of him. Was he good? Yes, Tony Gwynn was an absolute god when it comes to baseball and statistics. So if you're into statistics at all and just seeing amazing shit, look up some Tony Gwynn stats and you'll be freaking amazed. Anyways, great show tonight, dude. Pulled it out of our hats again. 2 hours, 42 minutes on a whim, right? On a last minute whim.
On a last minute whim. Hey, so also I'm gonna leave you guys with this. So I ended up painting this up this past little bit. I've had this guy sitting here for a little bit. I painted it up to match a Toxic Fumes Toyz one that I have, like this guy here. But what's so fucking hard is obviously this guy here is actually a blue glow-in-the-dark resin clear with like gold pearlescent in it. How the fuck do you try and make a glow-in-the-dark vinyl look like a casted clear? You can't. It's not gonna happen. So we tried.
Yeah.
We did our best. It's almost impossible to see. There's like a weird gold overlay pearlescent on there mixed in with a leveling gel. So if anybody is actually interested, in my opinion, I talk about this product all the time. It's called leveling gel, acrylic leveling gel, golden leveling gel. It's essentially almost kind of like a resinous material that you can use to seal over top of projects. The reason why a lot of people use a leveling gel is because if you end up spraying and you have any issues with that spray, you can actually remove your spray sealant and not affect any of your paint apps because that leveling gel is actually over top of there. Also, leveling gel, instead of actually pigmenting it with things like paints, you can pigment it with things like your dyes and or your pigment powders. And essentially, you can mix that up with your leveling gels in various amounts to get different densities of colors and allow you to experiment a little bit more.
Nice, dude. You know what I really liked about your post? Well, I think the hard thing about that would be when you said that it would be how different it looks in different lights. I think you posted a picture of how different it looks, and it looked like 3 different pieces, dude.
It's like, literally gold in some lights. And then the issue is that like you're trying to paint this, the sun's going down, so you move over to the kitchen, and all of a sudden in the kitchen, it looks like a pearl, like an actual pearl, where it's like it's so white but has that weird gold iridescence to it that you're like, fuck, what did I hit? What have I not hit yet? Do you actually look at the piece? Do you not look at the piece? You're going into the bathroom, checking it under that light, looking back, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, man, it was a good show. Next week's gonna be great. I can't wait till we do the fucking room tour room. And Mecha Ducky, I apologize, dude. I did tell everybody to bombard you with weird, perverted memes, so you might get slammed with those. Sorry.
I was just looking at that, and he said, "How do you?" It says, "Hey, Jazz, how do you know what's up?" But I'm just like, well, rewind the show a little bit.
No one is safe. We creep everything. At some point tonight, we pulled up somebody's fucking private account that we have to be following.
Yeah, right.
We check anything.
Just some random person. Wouldn't it be funny if someone actually knew that person and be like, "Hey, dude, I saw your account on this weird toy show," and they're like, "Huh?"
Ultra Blue Kaiju was pulled up because I didn't realize that tab was still up, and I was trying to figure out who grabbed the resin pieces. You said PK Mates. I went and grabbed PK Mates, but then I left the Ultra Blue Kaiju page. I was telling 8-Bit Mike about it earlier because he was like, "Oh yeah, I just creep in like I do on Thursdays." I was like, "Dude, we're all creeps. There's no reason B to the J and I should know who has what pieces sometimes, but we do. We're fucking weird."
For real. It's stuff that we see and just sticks in our brain, and we like to regurgitate it here in front of everybody's face. So thank you everybody for coming in tonight. Really cool show. Next week will be cool. The rest of August is going to be really cool, man. We got some super dope shit lined up. So congrats to the winners. If anybody knows Kyle Kerwin, I think he may have logged off. Tell him to please hit me up with an address where I can send this bad boy. Thank you, Pocket Salsa, for the donation. And thank you, Crumbs Blunt, as usual, my friend. That's all I got. All right, buddy.